Assalamualaikum everyone, and very good morning. Welcome to Architecture Talk, which is Response Design, brought to you by PAM Education Committee in collaboration with ARN Consulting. So today's speaker is Architect Adrianta Aziz. So I'll talk about Architect Adrianta Aziz. Is an architect and an educator of a partner of RAD Architects and ARN Consulting and Training, which is the first architecture training company in Malaysia. He graduated from Oxford Brookes, UK in architecture and urban design in year 1999. Upon returning from UK in 2000, he has done various types of projects for Perbadanan Putrajaya, Permodalan Nasional Berhad, PKNS, FREKRA, and Cyberjaya, as well as many more. Currently, he is involved in a various place-making project for various local authority. He is a PSMB certified trainer and has involved a learning platform program, namely BEAR or Lab Learning Architecture Practice, RELAB, and PPW Professional PAM Practice, a sharing of professional to the young architects for the last 9 years. He is also a PAM Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia Committee Chairman for Education for the year 2019-2020 and PAM representative in ARCASIA as a Deputy Chairman of Education Asia Committee member in India, Japan, Korea, Philippines, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Thailand, Indonesia, and Brunei. Architect Adrianta Aziz is actively giving a public talks in various events for organizations such as JKR, IFEE, the GAS, TRA, developers, schools, and many more. He also has his own TV program, namely Project Laman Urban, to educate public regarding the importance of placemaking. He is definitely will be continuing process of discovery, inspiration, invention, and innovative to the society. Without further ado, I welcome Architect Adrianta Aziz. Hello, Architect Adrianta Aziz. How are you?
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Sam.
Salam. How are you?
Terima kasih. I'm fine. Thank you so much for your time today.
All right, great. So today's topic is about responsive design.
Yeah? Yes.
So I think mainly the participant is actually we welcome actually the UiTM campus from Puncak Alam. Welcome from student from Sri Iskandar as well as Kota Samarahan. All right. Thank you, Adrianta Aziz. So I pass to the slide presentation to you.
Right. Thank you, Architect Nick Samhan. Right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. A very good morning. Welcome to all the students from. Hold on a minute. Let me check this. Okay. Welcome all the students from UiTM Puncak Alam, UiTM Sri Iskandar Perak, and UiTM Kota Samarahan Sarawak. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to the lecturer invite me to give this architect's talk. But again, last night I spoke with one of your lecturer, Wan Niki, and then I don't want to make this lecture like a very official lecture or just kita bersantai aja. So it's going to be a dual language. This is the advice from the lecturer so that the students can be respond into this. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Syukur Alhamdulillah that I can have a time to spending time with you guys for all these architecture students from UiTM. Yeah. And then of course, on behalf of PAM, Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia, under the Education Committee, would like thank you to UiTM giving a platform for us to share this sharing knowledge. And then also, I also on behalf of LAM, Lembaga Architect Malaysia. So from here, I take the opportunity here. Kalau boleh, students UiTM, even though you are Bachelor of Science, Part 1, or even Master student di kalangan you all sini, this is on behalf of PAM and also LAM. Do support yourself, register yourself as the PAM student members. Yeah, STEM student members. It's free anyway. Yeah, just register yourself, online registration. Free student members for PAM. And also whoever graduate from part 1 or even part 2, jangan lupa you register yourself dengan Lembaga Arkitek Malaysia so that you can participate as a call yourself as a graduate architect and also ataupun architect technologies. Do keep in touch with us. Kita ada patah balik, kita ada link kita dengan PAM. There's a link dengan PAM Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia and also Lembaga Arkitek Malaysia. Okay. And I also take this opportunity juga that PAM had organized this competition, iaitu dipanggil Garis Video Challenge Studio at Home, a mobile phone video challenge for architecture student. We receive a good response, good submission. Di sini I nak ucap thank you so much kepada UiTM. Kalau boleh baca nama-nama mereka ni, Natasha Razib, dari Puncak Alam ni, Amir Shiraz, banyak daripada UiTM Sri Iskandar, Adi, Ahmad Arif Hakimi Yunus, Zahirul Dawish dan juga Syahrul Izani. They are willing to participate the competition, video competition ni, and I would like to say thank you so much and congratulations in advance that you berjaya masuk this competition. And I also take this opportunity, the deadline is still on. I will negotiate, even though the deadline will be tomorrow, but I will negotiate to extend this. So, but most of the students busy doing their assignment, their works and everything, but do participate in this competition. It's a sketch competition using the Artline pen. So this is the MCO program where I decided to postpone and cancel any physical event, mass event this year to next year. So to replace that, the committee akan berlangsungkan all this competition sampai hujung tahun. So do keep in touch with PAM and be productive into it. I know everybody busy, works and everything, but of course, don't be busy. Okay, just be productive. Right. Okay, that's my introduction. Just relax. Okay, everybody. Loading ourselves, set positive mindset, set the positive energy. Because hari ni, even though kita semua lockdown, kita quarantine, stay safe, stay healthy, and don't forget to stay cool. Okay, pray for everyone's safety will keep safe. Right. This is the platform that I specially dedicated to all UiTM students. Yeah? Because you have to set your mind by saying that you are the architects of tomorrow. Because the future in your hand now. So hari ini bukan sebagai satu online lecture yang typical yang you pernah lalu dengan lecturer you, design talk or what. Nama je architect design talk, but I would like to say that it's a satu platform yang you have to set your mind that you will be an architect. So keep saying to yourself that I'm an architect, and then this platform is only a mission statement. Bukan lecture macam biasa. So just relax. I hope everybody yang dapat join this platform, just relax, pegang buku and then take notes apa yang I nak cakap ni, and then I have to be running this lecture secara bersantai sebab kalau I cakap the official sangat nanti semua mengantuk. Hopefully tak mengantuk lah, kan? Right. This is only a mission statement. To say that, you have to believe that architect ni kita punya mindset, you have to understand that it will be a part of a growth mindset, and there will be a part to say that it will be a fixed mindset. So kalau nak cakap begitu, kalau growth mindset tu dia membina. Dia keep saying that, for example, okay, I got a failure and a failure is an opportunity to grow. Dia positif tau. and then keep saying that, okay, challenge help me to grow. They're moving forward. If you have criticism into your tutorial or to you punya final crit or for example, so just be constructive feedback. But manusia biasalah. Tapi there is a certain part of our mind, dia ada fixed mindset yang you selalu percaya, I tak boleh buat lebih lah, my abilities is unchanging, or maybe potential I predetermined. Or bila you dah start rasa negatif, you pun cuba rasa kata, I have to stick what I know, you jadi fixed tau. But you have to believe this, my dear students, yang di mana kita ni manusia yang unik, kita spesies yang unik. Architects ni dia kreatif, kita ada artistic, kita ada scientific info and everything. So today lecture, I nak bagi overall, besides giving a tips how to improvise you punya design to responsive, it will cover the whole quotient where everybody here intelligent. So that's why we call it IQ, the intelligent quotient. And then I will cover up also in the sense of emotional quotient, EQ. And partially or process on the right brain, IQ kita dekat left brain. Tapi on the SQ part as well, I would share with you on the spiritual quotient. This is the perjalanan lecture hari ini untuk adik-adik semua. So I will cover up in IQ part, sebab you kena tahu semua yang belajar architecture, you are intelligent. So you have to remember they have a certain segment of intelligent quotient, IQ. And then kita manusia biasa. So we have our emotion. So how to control your emotional quotient. Then you have to determine overall picture where we can call it as a spiritual quotient. Alright. So this, you have to remember that pecahan-pecahan segmen yang quotient kita ni, intellectual, emotional kita, spiritual, dia akan interject, dia akan intersection. So between that, then we know that how to move forward and then how to produce a responsive design. Okay? Cuma I have to let you know before I begin that I want to encourage you that you have to polish your hard skills dan juga your soft skill. So what I'm trying to say here, to be a good or a better designer doesn't mean that you have to stay on at the studio 24 hours, you have to concentrate your study sampai buat kata orang terlalu poyo sangat kan, straight sangat kan. No. For me, I also believe on you have to be active, you have to be involvement of participate, for example, studio workshops or participate any competitions, you masuk any courses, you pergi buat part-time jobs so that you can improve your communication skill, how to deal with people. All these things cover up. You kena percaya, hard skill dan juga ada soft skill sebab they covered on how to expertise your subject, you know, your knowledge, your data technical skill, and also soft skill ni yang penting juga sebab you kena tahu on the problem solving, how to communicate with people, how to energize you punya level of creativity and so on. So this is to aware everybody that an architecture student dia bukan straight macam tu. Kita bukan sama macam profession yang lain, student yang lain macam you know doctors, lawyers, accountants or others. Kita unique. So future architects, UiTM Puncak Alam, UiTM Sri Skandar, UiTM Kota Samarahan. You are the next generation. That's why I keep telling everybody here, you are the future architects. So first of all, you have to dream big. When you start to dream big, you're setting your dream, then you have to believe your dreams come true. Once you believe your dreams come true, you have to make sure you achieve your dream. So dream big. You kena set your mind that you ada satu dream you kena set your dream big, and then you have to believe your dreams will come true and then make sure you achieve it. Because kita ni semua ni architect, I can tell you that we are dream maker. We are dream maker because kita ni make our people, our clients' dreams come true through us. So kita makes dreams become reality. So I keep saying to myself and even to everybody here, kita ni sebenarnya dream maker. So if you want to be an architect now, then let's begin here. How to make this thing happen. Keep calm, macam I cakap tadi, always be cool and keep telling to yourself that you are a future architect. Okay, today's lecture basically is more about the strategy, how to derive the architectural concepts. Basically, it's more about the idea. Tapi adik-adik jangan risau, because when you see these slides sekarang ni, it's a reflection. You nampak tulisan terbalik. Alamak, apa sel Cik An letak tulisan terbalik? You know, I mean, this is about reflection. You have to think that students, you studying architecture, don't be so worried about takut nak buat salah. No, students will allow to you do your mistake. You allow to do a failure. But the challenge part is how you face the failure and how you want to improve and overtake this failure. So students who design this thing, this is the process how you learn. Kalau nak baca slide ni, you kena ambil cermin letak kat belakang as your backdrop, then you will understand. So the reason I show this is about your reflection as a student, architecture student. So what is concept? Senang yang cakap, is a simple word. Yeah. Kalau tanya fundamentally apa konsep you, kalau lecturer you, profesor tanya, okay, you nak buat design ni apa konsep you? You pun agak-agak macam mana nak jawab apa konsep you. Sebenarnya it's an idea. Yeah, something throw out from your mind and then from your emotion and then dibawa dengan artistic you, creativity you, is your mind interpretation, and also you have to believe is a one part of the solution of your design. So that's why it's going to be a driving force for any project you dapat sekarang nanti. At least you can identify your works tu nanti. Sebab design is a thinking, is a made by visualize. Some other people say, oh, design is so simple, that's why it becomes so complicated. Tapi a simple concept tu is hard to forget. So you have to remember that sometimes no need to be very kata apa, susah sangat nak buat complication of your design statement, but sometimes can be simple but very hard to forget. People like architect Miss Van der Rohe said less is more. I believe all the students pernah dengar these quotes, but I agree on what Van der Rohe said, less is only more where more is no good. Sebab fundamentally architecture is, you know, kalau nak tahu definition of architecture tu sendiri is about this, you know, an arts and science. But when you heard about the art and design, it sounds very familiar, sound ada similarity, but actually it's a different. I hope students kat UiTM ni you kena faham. Arts and design. Arts is more about your feelings. Kesenian tu daripada jiwa sendiri, come from the soul itself. Tapi when you transform and then movement towards the perspective of design, is more about fundamental. So that's between art and design. But you have to believe, kita ni semua artis. So art speaks where words are unable to explain. Kita ni artis. Kita banyak extraction kita. Kita banyak kita punya emotion kita into your arts. Kan? Tapi arts is the journey of your free soul. Kita ada soul kita. So kena ingat, wherever you want to start your design and everything, you kena ada soul you, you kena ada artistic you. So ramai student terlupa yang dia tak realise diri dia sebagai seorang artis. Architecture is about art and science. So you sebenarnya artis, you ada seni you ada jiwa you. Whereby the design ni ada fundamentals dia. Ada fundamental. So I always encourage all the students, sometimes not only for students, not only for master students, even from graduates architect yang bekerja dekat berindustri kat luar ni, bila nak start involved on the design, so go back to the basic, go back to the fundamentals. Ingat balik apa yang kita dah belajar pada first semester, mana masa first year, the principles of design. And you kena ingat all these elements and also the elements of all this design yang kita dah belajar dulu. Sebenarnya kita jangan lupa, we have to use this as our basic fundamental. Sorry to say lah, I one of the create session yang pernah pergi one of the university yang master students, when I start to ask him about his design, then asking him about apa mana dia punya point of hierarchy, exit points, dia punya balance, metrical, all these elements of design, and yet this guy asked me, say, Cik An, apa tu hierarchy? Apa yang dimaksudkan exit? So I was like, come on, I'm a master student. Takkan you dah lupa all this fundamental yang you dah belajar dulu untuk implement UV design, you move forward. So I recommend all the students sekarang yang dengar ni, set your mind that this is have to be in your soul already, all this fundamental design. Dan jangan lupa you need to control, sebab when you do the design, dia macam pergi kitchen nak masak lah. You know, sometimes kalau raw sangat, mentah sangat pun tak okay juga. Tapi kalau overcook pun tak sedap pula. So you how to adjust your emotion when you design the things, make sure it balance, dia ada proportion you, dia ada dia punya scale. So you kena tahu the margin. That's it's very hard to say this, but again, you know, you kena tahu guys. Benda ni I have to tell you, you all adik-adik semua, dia kena based on the experience as well. Benda ni tak ada dalam buku. You macam mana nak adjust you punya proportionate of your design, jiwa you macam mana nak implement it. Benda ni based on the experience. Bagi I as a architecture student dulu, masa I belajar dekat UiTM Manjung masa first year dulu, lepas tu pergi ke Shah, lepas tu I further study part 2 dekat UK dulu. Benda ni kan dia macam, for me experience ni belajar daripada when you knock your head, you tahu oh ini salah ni, baru you belajar. So that's why I keep saying that kalau ada pertemuan perjalanan hidup you ada failure apa ke, bagus sebab you akan tahu macam mana nak improve yourself. So this is the things about how to make it a proportion of life on your design. And also plus your creativity. I tak nafikan semua yang dekat sini, semua orang yang kreatif. Tapi you have to be more creative from time to time and then more being inspired because you have to unlock your originality. So benda ni kena ada cara that I'm going to explain to the next slides and so on. Again, when you start to do designs or anything in your life, I always encourage myself and also all these graduates, all these students, go back to the fundamental question that what is this project all about? Who is the stakeholder? Siapa klien kita? When is it supposed to be? Where is the location? Why I want to do this? How to do this? So benda ni, you list down all these fundamental questions to make spark for your direction, adik-adik. So that's why I say, bila contohnya when I am receive a project from my client, first thing is what is the project all about, and I want to know who is the end user. Then I would put myself in the shoes of the client itself. Dekat mana site dia? Why I have to do this? So all these questions selalu main dekat kepala. Sebab bila you want to do design, you have to put yourself into the site itself. So jangan risau, trust the process of the program. Beauty of your perjalanan episod dari satu masa ke satu masa, dari projek ke satu projek is the process. Beautiful. Proses tu memang cantik. Kadang-kadang my client dia suka dengar macam mana I tunjuk proses I rather than tunjuk the final product. So with that, kena tahu how to prepare yourself, kena tahu you kat mana and bagaimana nak incubate your punya mind, and also you kena pandai illumination you punya ideas, and you need to verify you punya statement, design statement you, and with strategy. Of course, masa itu time is always envious, but time management is life management. So that's why I keep saying to myself, I keep saying to my team, you know, now I'm telling you, to the students, you have to acknowledge your projection of your time whenever you want to do anything. If you want to do your design works, you want to do your assignment, always remember that the time is never wait for us. So that's why I say in routine in your life, you tahu you punya schedule. Doesn't mean that to be an architect you tak boleh pergi seronok, pergi pergi berjogging, pergi bersukan, pergi main snooker, pergi tengok wayang, pergi berkaraoke. Tak ada. You sebenarnya architect ni lagi fun. But kita kena tahu how kita punya habit, how you want to create your daily culture life, kan? So for me, I always encourage for the students, if you got the job, you got the projects brief, want to start, you got project brief tu, you buat you punya program you sendiri. So contohnya kalau you tengok dekat screen, what is your weekly program? So you set your time from Sunday until Saturday, apa yang you kena perlu buat. So it's good to portray your weekly program, your work program actually dalam you punya design, so that your lecturer will know how you progress your punya design. Monthly planner, you kena tahu apa you kena. Kalau tak ada benda ni, you ikut flow you tu yang kadang-kadang semua student last minute tak dapat nak siapkan design on time. Because when you start to do this, contoh every semester you have what? 15-16 weeks, kononnya katakan design tu you ada 10 minggu atau 11 minggu. I'm not sure about your design work. But sometimes when you drag on your design planning from plan sampai ambil 10 minggu, 9 minggu, and then sampai lagi 1 minggu balance, baru nak fikir macam mana nak buat elevations, and then very common that last minute pakai letak je punya roof sebab ada lagi 2-3 hari nak buat submission, roof tak settle lagi. Ini biasa nampak. Everywhere, not only UiTM but every university yang I've been around Malaysia, IPTA ke PTS. Tapi I can see student yang very careful doing their work program, dia tahu dia punya margin dia. So that's why very important when you have your work program, it's like you as a tools of your movement, so that you know what you're supposed to do next and next. You cannot wait. You cannot wait. Example, you cannot wait until 100% satisfied on your planning from the floor plan 2D, 2 dimension punya design tu. Tapi you tak nampak 3D lagi. Tinggal lagi 2-3 minggu dah boleh nampak 3D form. So you cannot wait that. For me, if you have your activities of your projection time, 2-3 minggu untuk 1 minggu, 2 minggu untuk konsep, you come up with, itu yang I nak cerita the next slide. Macam mana nak movement the progress. You cannot wait 100%. So my mentor always told me that if you can achieve 70% of your setting, that's good enough for you to move on to the next step. Better 3 hours too soon than 1 minute too late. William Shakespeare. For me, you set your mind. Contohlah senang cakap, kalau kita nak naik flight to go any of your destination, flight always said that 1 or 2 hours before departure you have to be at the gateway. So kalau I buat design masa I student dulu, katakanlah submission tu hari Khamis, actually the deadline is not on Thursday. The deadline is on Tuesday, hari Selasa, 2 hari sebelum submission. Sebab on Tuesday itself adalah hari yang you set your mind that you already printed you punya drawings, just in case kalau ada adjustment apa, you can do manually. So one day is a contingency day. If anything happen, you can back up yourself and then you can submit on time. So that's why benda ni, your time management will show your atmosphere and elements diri you yang you akan portray. You ada strategy, you ada decision, you ada vision, you plan yourself. Because architects is a leader. Kita ada leadership sentiment dekat sini adik-adik. That's why bila ada leadership, kita ada responsibility kita sebagai architect. So that's why I love to keep this quotes. Kalau tengok Spider-Man, Uncle Ben always tell to Peter Parker that with great power, there will be must to come with the great responsibilities. Because kita ada power bila jadi architect as a leader. And jangan lupa, with that power come with the great responsibilities. That's why you kena knowledgeable. Tapi tak adalah minta you sampai you perfect sampai you catch up you punya knowledge. Macam I can show to you those reference books kat sini, you belilah ataupun you browse lah kat mana-mana. You keep reading. These all my favorite reference books. Kalau boleh untuk you all UiTM student, I encourage you carilah buku macam 𝐀𝐝𝐫𝐢𝐚 punya buku, Form, Space and Order, because this is fundamental about your design as your reference. Even believe it or not, all the architects still holding this book. Yang practicing architect masih membelik lagi, membuka buku surat ni lagi. But satu lagi, kalau siapa-siapa yang tak tahu ni, kalau dapat buat buku, beli buku ni mahal, But if you can copy and ataupun you share with your friends, buy this book, the Matrix Handbook Planning and Design Data. Data ni, that's why I said penting untuk kita punya knowledge so that you know the punya SOP, the standard procedure dia. Tapi you boleh baca buku lain juga. So as your general knowledge. So this one of the recent book that I read during PKP ni, dia masih MCO. So I read back this The Art of War. So by Sun Tzu. So just for catch up your creativity level and as you strategize your things. So for me, I encourage you all, you can go beyond of your finding. Set your good mindset, because kalau tak ada disiplin susah juga adik. So you have to know to identify your self-discipline, because don't expect to achieve success kalau tak ada disiplin. So when I say discipline tu tak adalah you keras sangat atau just setting your mind that what you supposed to do, sebab you don't want to achieve the goals, you cannot be achieved without discipline. You have to contohnya kalau katakan submission tu hari Khamis, so you have to set your mind, okay, deadline hari Khamis, make sure hari Khamis jam pukul berapa, jam pukul 9 kena paste on the wall to do presentation. Buat je. Just to share with you myself, okay, nama I Adrianta Aziz. Nama A. Memang every semester I selalu kena first presenter. Pukul 9 tu I kena start presentation dah dengan masa final presentation. Rasa macam, tak fair lah, kenapalah nama aku start huruf A, aku seorang yang kena start present dulu. But for me, it's a blessing because you kena pukul 9, pukul 8.30 dah ready dah. Setting you punya presentation board. Lepas tu bila dah habis present, you pergi tolong kawan-kawan you yang huruf M, huruf T, huruf Z. Diorang petang tu kan, tolong diorang balik. So this is the things that you identify your punctuality. Bila cerita pasal deadline ni, itu yang I cakap, kalau you tak control you punya atmosphere of your mindset and your behavior, discipline you punya kata apa program you susah. So kalau I always set my mind, set dengan I mean team's mind, katakan dia punya deadline sekian-sekian ni, always like 2 days before kena dah ready dah. So macam you all adik-adik, set your mind that kalau boleh katakanlah you punya deadline is hari Khamis, macam saya cakap tadi, set your mind that hari Selasa tu adalah you punya deadline. So hari Selasa petang dan Rabu contingency, maksudnya ada spare time yang katakan pergi print, tiba-tiba printer rosak lah, kedai printer tutup lah, atau print keluar dah bayar mahal lah, dah beli printer mahal, tiba-tiba ada yang tak betul, so you boleh buat manually, ataupun you dah set mind, you kata, oh I nak buat drawing ni dalam bentuk AO tapi saya manual nak buat macam ni, ada yang terkecil, so you ada backup hari tau, ada backup masa. So this is my advice to you. If not, I faham, ada di kalangan kita, termasuk diri I juga, kita ni kadang-kadang last minute kita dia ada mojo, dia ada ni rush dia lain macam. But for me, if wasn't for the last minute, nothing would ever get done. So kita semua ni, ada di kalangan kita semua last action hero. Kan, jernihnya last minute baru idea keluar, baru dah ada dia punya movement, baru dah ada next share sikit nak buat kerja, macam-macam lah. Tapi sometimes you can help, but my advice is always based on your program, your work program. For me, my coach, I always plan your work and work your plan, so that you can control your time. Kalau tidak, you jadi kelang kabut, you jadi fatigue, you penat and so on. Ini biasalah. Student kalau nak prepare my presentation, bila pakai respond, come to your lecturer, say, oh madam, sir, I tak boleh nak submit on time because computer I kaput. No. Sorry adik. So you have to strategize yourself. You kena tahu beli hard drive. Whenever you do, always kena ada backup, save, keep saving. Kalau tidak, you just making crash all the time. Then tak nampak professional lah. I nak you all set your mind that you are future architect, guys. You kena behave as a professional. So I tahu di kalangan kita semua hidup macam ni. Sebab I sendiri pun macam ni. Tapi tak apa, bilik you sendiri. You know how your condition. But for me, I encourage you, keep be healthy, keep be clean of yourself. Biasalah nampak studio-studio punya situation macam ni, keadaan studio macam ni. For me, logistik is very very essential. You kena tahu kemas tempat you, and then more proper in the studio life. Dia kena cantik, environment dia kena bagus, lighting dia, susunan dia. So that bila ada you punya mood, you ada mojo tu pun positif lah. So depends on what style you can you nak buat kerja. Ada yang I tengok generation sekarang macam you suka pakai headphone ni sambil buat kerja, and then sampai tak nak duduk, ada kerusi pun tak nak duduk, asyik berdiri. I mean it's up to you, and then you suka apa yang you buat. As long you enjoy yourself, do the work. But here from this slide, I encourage you all, kalau boleh, it's wake up call for everybody here. Always study, always learn in the team. Ini yang nak cakap ni. You kena bekerja, kena belajar dalam bentuk ummah. You kena belajar dalam bentuk berpasukan. Walaupun your friend dengan yourself kata, konsep you lain, konsep I lain. But for me, I always believe that when you recruit yourself, okay, let's share. Siti, you main konsep apa? Okay, Ali, you main konsep apa? Let's share. I main konsep macam ni. Kita share. Apa isu dia? Apa ni? Ini yang nak cerita selepas ni. So for me, my recommendation is always learn and study as a team. Kalau boleh ada culture of mentor and mentee. Ini yang nak ceritakan you mentor-mentee. Bila ada you working as secara berumah ataupun berguru, tak semestinya kawan you sendiri bukan mentor you. Actually you can have this culture of mentor-mentee. Dekat sini UiTM punya tradition dah nampak samar-samar. Where I want to tell you that dia tak ada lagi relationship seniority dengan junior tu. Tak ada lagi. Dulu masa zaman I dulu dengan kawan-kawan I, kita satu batch ke another batch or even junior or senior, we always interact each other. Kita okay, abang, kakak, projek ni pernah buat dulu, lecturer bagi dulu. Boleh cerita tak apa yang perlu I buat? So you bertanya. So senior you pula akan share dengan you. So I nak this culture tu datang balik. For me, I have to declare to you, I have my mentors. Sebab I'm a teachers. Kita tak lupa dengan profesor kita, lecturer kita, cikgu-cikgu kita. Sebab bila ada mentor ni, dia ada motivation kita. Dan kita ada setting of successful punya mindset, training, optimal, work and inspired. Bila ada mentoring ni, I rasa you akan luas lagi you punya pandangan. Luas lagi pandangan you, pendapat you, direction you. Sebab dia ada facilitating, coaching, you support each other. So that you akan ada satu goal. Itu yang I declare to you macam, I still remember all my bosses yang pernah kerja dulu, my teachers dekat sekolah, lecturers, for example, masa I dulu kat Manjung dulu, I tak lupa. My mentor macam Cik Mio, Cik Raja, Profesor Ismail Samsudin, Prof Rizwan, Dr. Rozi, Cik Lee, Cik Norani. Kita masih keep in touch sampai hari ni. Alhamdulillah. Even masa lepas dekat Manjung, pergi ke UiTM Salam, jumpa balik all my lecturers semua. Until today we still keep in touch. We still respect our mentor. Macam Prof Mariam Jamaluddin, Prof Faridah Adnan, Dr. Ismawi, Prof Noshima, Cik Nurhati, Cik Nuriati Maksum, Prof Ramli, Prof Amran, Puan Nakia, Madam Ong, Dr. Zahra, Puan Nosiah Ahmad. Kita still remember lagi. And I still remember all my seniors and my juniors on my batch. Even my generation batch. Even macam Cik Tajul dekat Sri Iskandar. It's my seniors. We still keep in touch. Cik Embong, my senior juga. Junior-junior I macam Jamal, Cik Ani, Cik Izni, Cik Anwar, Cik Bijo. Tu semua. We still here because kita ada sentiment of this culture yang you working as a team, you still ada mentor-mentee culture. So I recommend all UiTM students sekarang ni ada this culture and respect each other. And of course, to be architecture student, eat, drink, sleep, dream, bath, walk, see, think, hear, breathe, feel, spend life as an architect. Dan jangan lupa solat. So this is our life. Tapi I don't expect us to be perfectionist. Wah, kononnya submission hari Khamis, hari Isnin dah siap dah. 4 hari sebelum submission tu dah siap dah. Assignment lagi 3 bulan nak submit tapi dah siap dah. Oh no. That's not the way. I mean, don't expect that you have to be very perfect. Kan? Oh, memang perfect. No. There's nobody perfect here. Adik-adik, there's nobody perfect here. Studying is life. Keep going, keep progress. Then now start to encourage you how to improve your communication. To declare to you adik-adik semua, I would like to declare nak jadi architecture business, architecture practice ni semua, the most hard and challenges issue is about how to deal with people. Design tu memang ada challenge dia. How to get the job tu challenge dia. How to improve your design segment tu ada dia punya challenge dia. But to deal with people is not easy. That's why I said from here you need to improve your communication skill. Dengan cara lain how to improve, kalau boleh kena ada you punya rehearsal before you want to do you punya presentation, ataupun you can use your phone and video record how to do your presentation. You buat dialog, you buat storyline you yang kejap lagi I akan cerita the next slide. So this why you kena tahu tau, sebab bila ada communication skill, you tahu macam mana nak convince you punya lecturer. In fact, masa you kerja, you nak convince you punya bosses, atau besok you nak convince you punya client. Sayang, design dah cantik tapi you tak boleh nak jual ayat you tak boleh jual konsep you, no point. So you need to improve how to communicate to people, but not only to people, tapi how to communicate to yourself. So you kena tahu macam mana nak communicate to yourself. Yang nanti I nak tunjuk how you want to communicate yourself. So, because communication is very essential here. Arkitek kalau tak pandai bercakap susah dia. So kena tahu to improve. I declare to you, I nak improve my communication skill. Masa sekolah tu masuklah this co-curriculum, how to improve you punya PR and everything. Tapi exploration and observation yang I lalu is when you start to explore, macam you kerja part time, volunteer lah yourself, jumpa orang, you kena pergi kat luar, how to deal with people, and you kenal macam-macam PA orang, panggil orang ni semua, and then how to solve the problem, read their mind, read their culture, read their background. So benda ni pun susah juga. Ada banyak reference how to improve your communication skill, tapi I rasa this is another angle how to improve your soft skill sebenarnya. To share with you, arkitek ni unik sebab kita one kind of learners. Kita ada reflective learners secara visual, dan kita pun learners as active secara verbal. So sebab tu kadang-kadang kalau you berjalan dengan kawan-kawan yang buat course lain, contohnya course lawyer ataupun course accountant ataupun course doktor, dia berjalan dengan you pergi kedai buku, dia orang ambil buku, dia orang baca all these articles, tapi kita ambil satu magazine, kita buka satu page yang ada gambar saja, dia dah pelik, kata kau baca gambar ke? Yes, I baca gambar. Oh, that's unique about us. Kalau buka Google tu, kita jaranglah nak tekan all, kita tekan images, kita baca all the pictures, all this diagram, all this gambar-gambar ni. So this is special about us. So kalau boleh, you identify diri you, adik-adik semua ni. You identify you ni jenis learners macam mana. Adakah you jenis yang learners yang secara visual ataupun kinesthetic ataupun auditory, you dengar ke, you kena tahu. So kalau boleh, I recommend you after dengar I punya lecture ni, talk ni, you identify diri you. You ni jenis orang macam mana. Learners yang suka visual ke, atau learners yang secara auditory ke, suka mendengar ke, atau yang kinesthetic ni dia aktif, dia suka bercakap dengan berdiri semua, ataupun you adalah orang yang suka menulis seorang-seorang atau you baca seorang. So bila dah tahu you punya type of learners, this is the types of intelligence. Adik-adik, kita arkitek is a type of intelligent people. So you kena tahu. So kalau boleh, you start to browse types of intelligence, then you can identify diri you adalah learners macam mana. Sebab to tell the truth, dengar satu contoh kat slide ni. See, look and watch. Different tau. Cara you, the way you see is different, the way you look are different, the way you watch are different. Sebab cara you see, cara you, itulah, dia lain dia punya approach. Kalau you look at, memang you nampak macam satu pandangan atau satu fokus yang lain. Tapi kalau you watch, you melihat cara yang terperinci, very detail. So you have to identify these senses of ourselves. Super juga when you hear are different when you listen. Kan? Kalau kita hear macam mana, kalau kita listen macam mana. which one is more focuses. That's why I said you have to identify your type of learners. But the way you hear, the way you listen are different. So kalau boleh you try to browse, identify, ambil masa sekejap, you baca this sentiment of the way you hear, the way you listen, the way you see, the way you watch, the way you look. Salah satu lagi yang I advise you adik-adik yang jenis yang you punya mindset ni tiba-tiba nak buat design, nak cari design konsep atau design works ni, you start to become negative, you become hesitate, you become was-was. Mulalah ada this sentiment of negatively. You start, you mental block. Sebab make it simple, don't overthinking. You know what I mean? So bila dah ada brief project and everything, chill yourself. I always reminded everybody that always be cool when you have this situation. Just be cool, relax. Kita ni artis, kita kena ada satu masa yang you can incubation yourself that macam mana nak dapat konsep you pergi macam mana. Kita ni artis. Tapi I can tell you, most of architect, dia dapat idea, semuanya dalam toilet. Masa itulah nak duduk termenung, buat bisnes you, tengok dekat floor tiles, nampak macam grid line, you dah nampak floor plan, you nampak form you. To be honest. But for me, my advice, don't overthinking. Salah satu enemy, musuh kita dalam diri kita, this is the one, ego. Ego is the enemy. Tu kalau boleh try to, ini susah nak cakap. Kena settle down because architect banyak on this problematic of ego stick. You kena tahu you punya level. Juga for me, I suka quotes by Albert Einstein saying that more the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. So benda ni for me, how gonna say it to you? Dia macam ni lah adik-adik. If you feel scared, takut, you do your best to be brave yourself. But if you feel weak, you do your best to be strong yourself. But once you want to achieve success and you achieve victory, always set your mind to be humble. Because architect is about people. Architect is about helping society. It's not about us. So kadang-kadang some of you said, you are arrogant, but because you're overconfident ke apa, it's not that. Arrogance is not a confidence. Okay, now satu sentiment perspektif yang another advice for you guys, adik-adik, all these siswa-siswi UiTM ni, you punya knowledgeable of BIM ni, the evolution of how you use your gadgets, how you use your software. Sebab during our time, semua manual. Okay, semua manual. But now technologies become improvised and everybody start to acknowledge dia punya gadgets, softwares, even your smartphone saja pun dah macam-macam apps dan semua kan. This is about revolution and so on. Building information modeling. So some of you dah start to explore, AutoCADs, Revits. But ini dia. As a designer, untuk macam kita semua ni, inilah kelemahan kita. Bila kita nampak menatang ni, tikus, kata lain, mouse. Because for me, architects, you by hook by crook, you tak boleh start your concept, nak draw your idea, sketch semua tu dengan pegang mouse. No way. So generation you all nampak, even in my practice kat firm, I nampak all these graduates sekarang ni, dia malas nak pegang pen, pegang pencil, sketch on the paper. Bila bagi task project, semua start begin with holding the mouse and then start on the screen. Sorry dek, sebab for me, dia tak ada intact with your soul macam saya cakap tadi. You have to buy your sketchbook, you kena beli paper, you kena lukis, and then start to do colouring, sketch, then bila you sketch tu, dia punya idea tu dah generate and then start to put the bullet points, sketch everywhere is about sketch first to begin with an idea. So I recommend all of you student, I believe yang part 1 student bachelor science ni memang tak okay lagi lah. But yang ada risau yang bila come to master level or even you want to graduate yourself, bila you start kerja, you dah tak macam tu lagi lah. You tak pegang pen, you start pakai mouse dulu. No. So for me, when you start to sketch, and then you transform your sketch to masuk ke drafting boards, and then start to implement it all your software dalam bentuk, because there are tools, then you can start lah you punya progress from your works from the Revit ke AutoCAD ke. But don't forget, coming back to the fundamental, sebab nak rasakan you punya space, you kena buat models dalam bentuk 3D models, you boleh nampak dia punya forms. Kalau adik-adik yang untuk part 1 on the bachelor science, you can start to explore yourself how to do SketchUp, AutoCAD, and then kalau boleh nak render Lumions, and then you know we can feel the space and so on. This is my recommendation, and end up you can have a beautiful perspective on into it. Tapi I would recommend that the progressive of the design, so that your design can truly responsive by creating a model. Bila you buat model, I can feel the circulation, feel the space, you know, feel the form. Ramai di kalangan kita yang you know masih tak minat nak buat model. Because later on nanti adik-adik, bila you buat model, is senang, you can communicate, you can see the cheerful from your face, the satisfaction, and then do models all the time, do models, and then you can start to illuminate your models and so on. Sebab tu yang I nampak every studio bila ada buat site models kan, bila ada buat site model, janganlah buat site model tu saja je, then because sooner or later the site model and also human model, nanti masa kerja nanti you kena present to your client with your model, and then that's why I said you keep discuss with your team, because this is a fraction of tomorrow. Because besok-besok nanti ada, you akan kerja dalam bentuk team. You know, we want the winning team. Bila winning team tu, I suka pakai konsep 7C ni adik-adik. Coaching, character, you ada character you, and then you can deal with the communication skill, you ada commitment you ada synergy, you ada contagious energy with your team, ada sifat caring and respect and consistent. Because bila esok-esok nanti adik, kita akan kerja dalam bentuk berpasukan. So we need a trust into this. Trust each other, respect each other, understand each other, and also don't forget to enjoy each other. So ramai-ramai secara rumah kita enjoy our journey. For me, I suka quote Steve Jobs. So dia cakap the only way to do a great work is to love what you do. So I recommend to all of you this morning, kiss your design. When I say kiss your design, doesn't mean bukan pasal nak cium design you. You keep it simple, stupid. Keras pula panggil stupid. So I make it, keep it simple sayang. Sebab you kena ada sifat kasih sayang. You kena love your job. You kena sayang apa yang you buat. You kena cinta apa yang you buat. So kiss, keep it simple sayang. So you love your architecture. Keep saying that you love it. Kalau pagi-pagi dah bangun susah, nah, macam dah alamak malasnya aku nak pergi studio kan. Tapi during lockdown ni lagilah bebas. You tak tahu nak discipline yourself, then susah juga. Because it's about yourself, you challenge about yourself. But remember, you are the creator of a space into memories. Sebab apa yang you lalui semua akan jadi satu memories yang indah. Dan apa besok-besok nanti in future, when you create a space, you create a building, you create a form to people to use it, they will create their own memories. That's our obligation. So friend Rorat say an idea is salvation by imagination. Okay, now coming back to the imagination, coming back to an idea. I would like to share, kalau boleh adik-adik sediakan buku atau paper, tulis apa yang Cik An nak cakap ni. Yeah? To produce a good, a better and also a responsive design, dia kena ada strategi adik. Okay, hari ni I bagi you 10 tips, 10 strategi how to derive your architectural products, your architecture projects, your final project tu dalam bentuk responsive design. Design ni, I can tell you there's no such thing that ini your design is wrong or design is right. No. There's no such thing right or wrong into design. It's either bad or good or matured or unmatured. Yang ada right or wrong is about technical. Yang tu yes, ni salah. Technical you salah. Ni betul technical. Tapi design, there's nobody who say that design you salah. Yeah, either that bad or good or matured or unmatured. So today I will share with you the 10 tips. 10 tips. Hari ni kalau boleh adik jot down one by one. Dari segi yang pertama, design brief, site force, typology information, research, narrative, complexity, making models, presentation methodology, manifesto, and lastly is about the goal and objective. So are you ready? Okay, let's go number one. Memang ngam-ngam 1 jam dah I berlatih ni. So okay. Now, the 10 steps. Okay, number one is you kena tahu whatever you do sekarang ni, kena setting your mind the strategy. Because to be an architect, besok-besok I sampai sekarang, kalau I nak buat project I dengan my team, dengan consultant lain, kena ada strategize you sendiri. Kalau tidak, you tak ada objective you tak ada direction you tak ada flow process you tak ada all these things, the elements. End up, the result is, macam I cakap, towards the end, satisfied ke tak satisfied, itu je. So, let's go one by one. Design brief, number one. Okay, for me, I tell you, if student, ni macam pantang larang lah kalau student tak dapat datang on the first day masa lecturer nak bagi design brief, itu memang bad demon lah, bad omen lah cakap you. Di masa hari design brief tu, you have compulsory you have to hear from your lecturer to hear their explanation about dia punya design brief. Sebab design brief is very important for you guys kalau nak buat project. So you have to identify the information yang you can gain from the design brief. Information yang penting. Kalau tak faham information daripada design brief, then you ke laut. You tak tahu apa objective you. So make sure you know your objective for your design project. Ini I nampak, sorry to say lah, ramai student bila tengok design brief, dia tak betul-betul serious about it. Dia tak sensitive about this. Sebab dalam design brief dia ada need statement. Bila ada need statement, you dah tahu dah apa desire you, apa you punya kemahuan you nak buat dalam you punya design. Kalau tidak, dia tak ada hala tuju adik-adik. So bila tahu dia punya need statement, then you can setting program untuk dalam project you sendiri. Apa dia punya program. So sebab tu saya cakap, bila dapat design brief, you kena tick betul-betul, you kena baca betul-betul apa dia punya learning objective dia, apa dia punya learning outcome dia. Itu strategi dia. Sebab end goals you tahu dah, lecturer dalam project ni dia nak tahu learning outcome kita macam ni. You kena tahu apa direction you. So that's why I recommend you, bila dengar design brief, baca design brief, you kena buat checklist you. You make sure apa requirement dia, apa dia punya need statement dia. Then you, kalau boleh macam I suka buat infografik. Ni contoh lah. Giving a spark for everybody here, you buat infografik you, then senang. Baca I banyak sketch, banyak dia punya lukisan dalam bentuk infografik. Then I can understand how to make step by step on the need statement yang I nak kena derive, apa yang brief project yang dia perlukan, then SOA yang perlu disediakan, schedule of accommodation, berapa size, berapa unit, berapa bilangan dia. Then you can implement into your planning, your design. Then baru you tahu, you can understand and you able to do it when you know your direction from your design brief. Yang lebih afdal lagi, yang I recommend to you pagi ni, is bila dapat design brief, janganlah dapat design brief di lecturer dah habis dia punya design brief explanation, you pun baliklah rumah seorang-seorang, balik ke bilik seorang-seorang. No, you should gather around with your team, panggil kawan-kawan you, duduk sekali, okay, catch up balik, apa kita recap balik, apa design brief yang lecturer kita bagi tadi. Recap. So that's why I said, I encourage you working as a team. So then you know your objective, you nampak you punya vision, then you tahu apa you punya ideology you. Then you can set up your strategies adik-adik. So that's why I say very important about design brief. Second, number 2, site force. Bila cerita site force ni, I don't want to in detail about site analysis. Because everybody here tahu apa yang nak buat dekat studio dia bila buat site analysis, what to analyze and apa tips dia. Tapi for me, design concept, design idea always begin with the site force. Sebab you akan tahu apa constraints dia, because the more limitation, the more encourage of creativity you. You tahu apa features yang aku nampak you punya project. Then you tahu apa characteristic of your design, your design approach yang you akan pilih. Then you know what your decision making you have to do. So by looking on the SWOT analysis, contohnya you tahu apa strength side you, apa weakness dia, apa opportunities dia, apa threats dia. Then bila you setting all this apa dia punya SWOT analysis, then you identify apa dia punya condition of the sites. Daripada sini, mostly I can tell you, the design concept always begin from the site. That's why I can encourage you, because for me, I always believe by saying that kata apa, the site concept is like a marriage. Yeah. Architecture shape a site and a site shape architecture. Dia kena link together. Because a good concept will begin with on the site first. That's why I said you kena tahu you punya analysis of SWOT, you kena tahu internal factors dia, external factors dia, positive, negative. You kena familiar. Ini site you pergi sekali je. Kalau boleh site tu you kena, kalau macam friend road rides tu dia suka pergi site banyak kali sampai dia camping, tidur dekat situ site dia. Tapi I encourage you, this is orang kata apa, design is like a dialogue. And the concept ensures you have to something to talk about from the site. Let the site talking to you. Apa dia akan cakap, apa yang dia nak. So for me, I encourage you, bila nampak you punya site analysis, site synthesis, so you boleh imagine you punya missing block of your design. And then dari situ you start to do your experimental, your progress, and then start to do analysis synthesis you from the site itself, and you portray all the projection of your mapping semua, and then get to know macam mana dia punya typography dia punya site condition. Contohnya, okay, ini I recommend you because the reason I want to show this because whenever you buat site analysis, I always recommend to my graduates and my students that you kena buat the overall massing. Contohnya macam ni lah, then you identify apa you punya analysis you. Macam ni kita biasa buat. Tapi you kena buat the site analysis and then went to the site, take a photograph. Contohnya ni site saya dekat KL ni. Then identify, oh, site 4 saya very nice panoramic kat depan site I. Ada traffic condition macam mana. And then I always went to the site dulu, pergi ke tempat yang paling tinggi sebab nak tengok overall. Sekarang ni dah senang. You ada drone, you boleh tengok Google Earth. Contohnya di another site macam contoh ni, ada surrounding building you punya ni. When you design, start with the site first, then you know how to respond to the site. That's why I recommend you to do this. So this one other reference yang sampai hari ni kita pakai, responsive environments, a manual for designer. Kalau boleh you dapatkan this copy ataupun you can browse in the internet. Because kita nak design, kita respond. Then from the site punya message tu you can transfer adik-adik masuk dalam you punya AutoCAD and share to everybody and then start to do your messing. Sebab this recommendation, kadang-kadang you start buat design without identify you punya site surrounding, dia macam design you datang daripada langit. So I recommend you always tengok surrounding area dekat site. Then from there you akan buat site models. Bila site model tu, bila nampak you ada info macam mana, share you punya soft copy drawings and then everybody can set boundary lines, set back lines and everything. So bila nampak every studio ada site model, sorry to say lah, site model tu display je lah. Sebenarnya site model tu certain skill yang you buat dengan kawan-kawan you as a team, you akan buat experimental lah. You buat lah you punya study model and letak dekat site, tengok ini you boleh baca lah macam mana you punya respond of your design dengan site surrounding. So that's why I recommend you, bila ada site model, masukkan you punya mock-up design you dalam site. And then you can experimental from the site model itself and then you how to respond your design from the site context and force. So pakailah kamera, take a photograph. Sekarang dia ada smartphone, pakai ambil and then buat lighting effects macam mana matahari pagi macam mana, matahari petang macam mana. This one thing try to say that number 2 punya tips hari ni, your design is begin from the site force. Number 3, typology information. What I'm trying to say, your design approach. Bila dah tahu konsep you dah nampak dah apa yang you punya konsep using your punya keywords, bombastic words tu, and then you ada issue, you ada design theory you, then lepas tu this is a progress. Sebab from one stage to another stage, bila typology information you nampak, konsep you akan begin from the site for itself. Apa issue sebenarnya? Is it issue from social issue ke, economic issue ke, ataupun any issue from the site? And then you can have your design theory, and then you start to make a solution of your design. So this is how you progress your design concept, and that is why your design become matured enough to showcase the thing. So yang ni I nak tegur sikit pasal circulation. Adik-adik, this wake up call when you do your circulation, jangan nampak two dimension saja. Always extrude yourself dalam you punya vision you dalam bentuk three dimension. Sebab you akan tahu you punya circulation flow di kat mana is private circulation or even public circulation. This is example. Do bubble diagram. Ada yang tak tahu apa itu bubble diagram, sorry to say lah. Sketch the bubble diagram, you nampak. Ini biasa arkitek punya idea kalau nak start dapat idea, do bubble diagram. Tu you nampak you punya linkage of your bubble diagram. When you setting bubble diagram, you can start to summarize apakah SOAs, schedule of accommodation yang you can relate with those accommodation spaces yang you get. Dekat sini you akan identify you punya linkage, circulation you. That's why I said dekat sini you can divide separation of your public zoning from public zoning ke semi-private zoning, ke semi-private zoning, sampai ke private zoning. You list down adik-adik, list down apa dia schedule of accommodation yang dikatakan sebagai public zoning. Apakah dia yang dikategorikan sebagai semi-public, apakah dia yang boleh dikategorikan sebagai semi-private, dan last sekali apa dia private zone. So daripada situ you akan identify. And then satu lagi, how to draw your plans by all the symbols. Do your sketch first. Jangan pegang mouse siap-siap. Ini ada yang nampak strat dah. Banyak student yang master student ni terus pegang mouse tanpa buat sketch ni. Susah adik. You kena buat your punya planning dalam bentuk sketch. Then you experimental dalam bentuk software pula, AutoCAD or maybe Revit. And then patah balik pergi sketch. So the process is there. You kena in and out. Kalau tidak you nampak 3D dimension you static je. Then you nampak you punya site planning, the flow of circulation, vehicle circulation, and then you nampak you messing adik-adik, how the interactive between one space to another space. Then tengok macam mana nak integrate dengan landscape, do the ground floor plan. Ini I nak tegur sebab bila buat floor plan tu ada yang masih tak faham dia punya convention line and design architectural approach ni. Contohnya, I recommend all of you, bila start buat floor planning, you dah nampak dah macam mana susunan furniture you dalam tu. And then you can understand the overflow of your circulation, and then kalau boleh, naikkan nampak 3D sketch, and then you can feel the space. You can feel the space. Ni saja saya tunjuk ni sebab ramai yang bila buat floor plan, site plan semua lupa nak letak compass. This is very fundamental. Dan jangan lupa bila letak compass, dia tahu ke arah kiblat you macam mana. Ni another info yang just a wake up call, maybe for your revision. Anthropometry pun penting. You punya ergonomics punya information. Ini I don't want to go detail, but just giving a spark this morning that everybody should know that bila you create a space, you create you punya ergonomics space ni you kena tahu macam mana you punya ergonomics punya movement. Besides that, this another general knowledge, maybe some insert of your knowledge yang you boleh dapat daripada you punya lecturer atau you punya mentor, yang mungkin you select cerita pasal sustainability punya approach, or maybe affordability, identity level. So all this is something issues yang you boleh select. And then I would recommend you kalau boleh direction to the sustainable development goals. Kalau tak faham, pergi tanya lecturer you atau you can start to browse what is SDG all about. Dia ada 17 elements kat sini. I don't want to go detail, I just giving a spark for you. So kalau boleh dia akan jadi more mature. Dia akan you make concept lagi ada direction dia. Detailing adik-adik. To tell the truth, when you start your concept, kalau boleh you dah nampak what methods, the detail you want to do so. Kalau tidak nanti you tak tahu apa dia detailing sampai, it's very common. Tinggal lagi seminggu ataupun 2 minggu baru nak fikir macam mana nak buat design roof. Bumbung macam mana. Sebab you tak nampak on the perspective of design on the detailing. So kalau boleh I recommend you, bila dapat you punya design brief, you baca you punya design brief, you tengah cari idea konsep tu, parallel, the same time, dalam masa yang sama you nampak tak apakah detailing yang sesuai yang you nak pakai untuk make design. This is another good reference from 𝐀𝐝𝐫𝐢𝐚 Building Construction Strategy. You go and browse, tengok balik sambil-sambil you share konsep, you akan go through you punya detailing. Kalau boleh buat detailing ni dulu sebab dia akan menampakkan you punya vision. No harm. Daripada situ you akan identify you punya roof macam mana. Ini tidaklah banyak student yang, sorry to say lah adik-adik, semuanya last action heroes Bila lagi 5 hari, seminggu baru fikir nak buat design roof ataupun the worst scenario is macam mana nak buat fasad design. Very very bad approach kan. Jangan macam tu. Patutnya you kena start to browse your detailing ni. Simple je, tak ada susah. Sebab nanti besok you start to do this, benda ni fundamental je. You can just simply browse and then you start to draw and then experimental it. Kalau tidak, masa kerja nanti you akan dapat drawing from engineer macam ni. Satu apa haram you tak faham. Kan? Tapi don't worry lah, because you have the fundamental, you have the basic. Benda ni you ada consultant you and to assist you. Tapi at least you know. My recommendation, even though you are a bachelor science ataupun even part 1 level, for me, design cantik macam mana pun tapi safety and health concern tak ada, tak bagus dek. Sorry to say. So kalau boleh, from now, you start to explore the firefighting requirements. Just as simple je. Kadang-kadang you akan ada logik. Bila you design tu, fikirlah sikit. Kalau bangunan aku ni, kalau design terbakar ni macam mana orang nak selamatkan diri dia. Just very simple. Because when you go to master level ataupun you start to kerja, you akan explore ni benda ni detail dengan bomba officer. So for me, my recommendation, wherever you go, start to observe the evacuation plan. Pergi tengok, kalau pergi ke hotel, you tengok dia punya evacuation map macam mana. You tengok macam mana fire escape map, plan dia macam mana. Pergi shopping complex, everywhere, dekat lift. You akan nampak ni. So for me, dalam Facebook, I always posted. Everywhere I go, I akan ambil gambar to share to everybody. Just reminding ourselves that whatever you design, safety and health come first. Another thing is our moral responsibility, adik-adik. Jangan shock sendiri design kita. Tak apalah. You part 1 kan. Tapi I don't make an excuse. You baru part 1, you nak belajar benda ni kemudian. No, from now you inception your mind that you kena ada moral responsibilities. You ada elements of duty of care. You kena ada universal design approach. Tak faham, tanya lecturer you ataupun you start to browse. Biarlah design tu can be used by everybody of people. Yang daripada wheelchair, orang kurang upaya, orang buta, orang pekak, even orang muda pun kena injet pun, lepas main futsal pun dah injet pun dah jadi disabled lah. So for me, it's a universal design. Means that it's not specifically for everybody, but it can be very accessible. So that's why I'm approach. Kalau boleh, you punya circulation, you punya flow, tahu macam mana you punya flow. Kadang-kadang buat design tak ada circulation flow ni susah adik-adik. Dan bila dah dapat you punya circulation, you buat you punya storyline, and then you buat you punya storyline info, then barulah you experimental you dalam bentuk progress yang seterusnya dalam apa 3D dimension. Reason nak cerita pasal floor plan ni sebab ramai di kalangan kita ni dia tak rajin nak buat sketch, dia tak rajin nak overlaps dia punya floor plans. You kena trial and error. So for me, don't take too long about this planning. You grab the concept, you do your sketch, you dah nampak vision you on your facade treatments macam mana, then you tahu you punya furniture design, you susun macam mana, you punya spaces. Ni salah satu approach yang I selalu buat kalau I tengok site tu constraint, I plan. You just buat you punya furniture yang good thing and then can just try to mobile you punya movement macam mana. Just experimental. You kena experimental by sketch, by do the quick dimension and coordination. Then lepas tu you nak nampak you punya 3D ni, begin with the sections first kalau boleh. So bila nampak section, you can identify all your spaces into it. Then you boleh nampak dah, you boleh can insert off contohnya green features, energy efficient building contohnya. So then you can foresee how to adjust your presentation board when you do this. You do the elevation, do the floor plan to adjust this thing. Ini saja nak tunjuk kat you adik-adik. Bila dah buat section ke, elevation ke, recommend to you your elevation, your section. Kalau boleh lukis sekali the site surrounding dia juga. Kalau boleh tunjuk juga kat mana boundary, line boundary dia, setback dia. Ini adik-adik tunjuk bangunan yang elevation tanpa dia punya scenery kat belakang, backdrop dia. Susahlah nak identify your elevation kalau dia nampak floats. So ingat bila buat elevation, biarlah dia ada dia punya site surrounding info dia. Contoh dia macam ni. Ramai student kat atas dia buat macam tu je section dia. Kalau you buat colour ada dia punya site surrounding kan better. It looks more relate, more responsive. Nama je. So, you know, you have to identify how to improve your information about your design. Contohnya kalau boleh daripada original design tu dah ada section revision, try to improve. I would recommend maybe satu or dua view yang to show that how your design nampak macam suasana malam tu macam mana. So that you can identify your illumination yang saya cakap tadi. Because kita punya architecture ni, adik-adik kita kena sensitive surrounding. Okay. Nombor 4, research. Case study. I believe everybody done this part. Tapi bila buat part ni, janganlah buat case study just for the sake of case study. Apa yang Cik An cuba explain is case study is your, you know, you have to grab the idea from others and then just for your reference and you adapt your design. So for me, I recommend you when you do a mood board, for example, bila ada case study, you ada mood board. Contohnya ni, you kena identify case study dari segi spaces, dari segi features, interior features, or even the materials itself, dari segi texture, the color. Bukan sekadar pasal design, outlook saja. Dia bagi all these things and then buat sticky mat and then, you know, you identify every sentiment of your case study, why you choose this. I suka method macam ni yang discuss paste to the wall. So bila jumpa lecturer you for tutorial, janganlah bawa laptop, janganlah bawa you punya iPad, jangan bawa butter paper je. You recommend to them, you know, paste to the wall or maybe sampai ke lantai you nak discuss dengan your friends or even dengan your lecturers. So to scrap, so to move your idea. It's about discussion, deliberation about your concept using the case study. You make a research, bukan baca saja. You kena deliberate, you kena discuss with your team. Sit down together. Okay, contohnya, even tu kawan you ni dah ada konsep lain, contohnya lah. Ayu, you ada konsep lain. Kawan ni ada konsep lain. Duduk sekali, okay, mari kita cerita. Konsep kau macam mana? Kalau konsep macam ni, okay, even tu konsep kau macam ni, tapi kita make case study macam ni. For me, the more you share, the more you gain. And then the best learning is about when you facilitate the session. I tell you the truth. So ini datang bawa nak tutorial, bawa iPad lah, bawa phone tanpa sketch on paper, susah babe. Ada sekali tu I terpaksa I nak explain dekat my student yang tak bawa butter paper, sketchbook ni, dia tunjuk dekat on the screen from his laptop. Geram pasal terpaksa lukis dekat screen dia dengan pakai marker pen dia. Sebab kita nak express, you have not to discuss, you cannot leave it there, kalau tidak habis, dia vanish. So recommend on the floor plan, the section and everything, so you kena observation. Because adik-adik kena ingat, buat design ni, kita ni sebagai problem finder and problem solver. Because nak dapat konsep ni, you kena identify observation on issue. Issue ni you kena discuss dengan your lecturer. Contoh, you dapat satu projek, you identify apa isu semasa, apakah isu on the site, apakah isu on the project itself. Is it, you kena nampak vision you when you create the issue, bila nampak isu ni bagus ke tak bagus ke, negatif ke, positif ke, then you can find the solution. Solution inilah yang dinamakan sebagai narrative view, yang the next step is how to derive your concept by narration of your concept. Because you have to believe in process, adik-adik. The beautiful of the progress is when you do the process, you identify, you kena buat mapping and everything. So, bila cerita pasal design or concept, I really love to approach on the fundamental dan betul artistic. Bila katakan dapat project and then you identify what kind of space you want to identify based on the SOA, schedule of accommodation, you ada relate dengan artistic you. How to relate the space with some shadows, with some lightings, with the proportion of the space, and then the senses or sentiment of, you know, visuals, dengar macam mana, you know, all these touching textures, feel. So that bila ada this approach, kita ni artist, then you can vision what is the form, what is the design approach the best you choose to illuminate your idea. Dari segi you punya proportion of the space, you kena put yourself as an end user as well. Then you know how to derive your concept, adik-adik. Konsep ni bukan saja datang macam, oh, I pick up the concept because I pergi set nampak bunga raya. Konsep I bunga raya. No. Just you kena faham the spaces quality, dia punya issue dia macam mana, dia punya metaphor macam mana and so on. So this why I recommend you kena You kena percaya diri you ni sebagai artis. Bila sebagai artis, you kena experimental all this type of the elements yang cerita tadi, the fundamental of design. Because John Novell cakap space, space, space. Architecture always talk about space, but creating a space not automatically doing architecture. Sebab with the same space, you can make a masterpiece, or you can create a disaster. So be careful. So for me, I will recommend you when you start to design, it's not only about creating the envelope of your building, but you set your mind, you creating a space. Contoh bangunan PAM di bangsa, siapa-siapa yang tak pernah pergi, you can set your appointment datang, or maybe you tell your lecturer make a trip, because PAM Center pun dia ada quality of space yang I cuba nak explain. Even the designer, the architect of the PAM Center pun from UiTM, my senior, my good friend, architect Muhammad Haikal. So, can you imagine that? You have to be there, you have to observe, and then you know apa yang I cuba sampaikan when you start to narrative your concept dalam bentuk, spaces, artistics, and be unique. I know everybody here want to be unique, want to be different. Tapi you kena ada sentiment and elements of USP. Apa maksud USP? Is a unique selling proposition, so that you punya issue, you punya concept nampak matured, nampak ada good reason explain to your lecturer, explain to your panel, your concept is because of this issue and everything, and then you have a solution, and then you plus your USP element, unique selling proposition. Do your study, your research, and implement it into your science, so that your design can create a character and maturity. Number 6, elements tips hari is about complexity. Bila cerita pasal complexity, when you talking about meshing block and everything, yang I recommend to all the students, some of the student approach design dia form follow functions ataupun function follow form. You have to understand tau apa dia form follow function, function follow form. Dia that doesn't mean to say right or wrong here. Form follow function ataupun function follow form. I don't say it's nothing wrong about this, but I tak suka dengar yang jenis form follow deadline, yang jenis yang tak muat sumbat je. Ini kalau orang utara cakap ni design lock. Memang lock betul ya. Time last kali bawa hang sumbat because you punya form follow deadline. Lagi 2-3 hari nak submit, pakai redah yang hang bubur tabuk bumbu hang macam mana. Susahlah. I mean that's the unmatured approach. Some of the people, some of the students, form follow fun. Bukan function, dia fun. Dia suka-suka je. So for me, I have to believe what Frank Wright said, that form follow function. Don't just be underestimated or misunderstood. It should be form and function should be united. They have to be one, because that is spiritual. So that's about the architecture approach when you start thinking about the form follow function atau function follow form, or form and function to be one. Because kita belajar history of architecture. Kan, cuba remind balik diri kita belajar the design approach, the revolution of architecture language macam mana. And then case study yang cakap tadi, you pergi tengok setiap arkitek dia ada dia punya approach dia sendiri, dia ada karakter dia sendiri, dia ada dia punya signature dia sendiri. So tapi jangan lupa, you jangan overthinking sampai shock sendiri. You nak buat design konon-konon Zahadi tapi kategori building pun tak betul. Buat projek apartment tapi nampak macam hospital. Itu yang susah. So you kena set your mind that apa kategori building yang sesuai untuk you punya design. Ini nak buat office tapi nampak macam balai police station kan, susah. So ni contoh lah kan. I mean you have to browse, you have to identify, you make case study macam mana design approach. Sekarang ni your generation manja dah. I mean dah senang lah. You boleh just pick up from your phone, from your pockets, and then just browse, Pinterest, Instagram. Senang je. Our time dulu kita nak cari all this, kita kena pergi library, panjat tangga library dekat menara tu, dekat ATM Salam. My goodness. Ini zaman kita orang dulu. Nak cari buku tu, buku tu dah ada orang pinjam, satu semester tak pulang-pulang balik. Limited kan. Tapi itulah cakap, you punya generation pula dah banyak info tapi you tak tahu which one you to identify. You kena tekan apa sesuai ikon yang dalam you punya Google tu. That's why I recommend you how to identify you punya ni. So that's why I say architecture is a visual art, and the building will talk itself. This is where I can tell you design yang katakan science and art will break even. Daripada sinilah yang ni dikatakan good design is innovative, good design is honest, good design is makes a product useful, good design is long lasting, good design is about aesthetic, good design is throughout down the last detail, good design makes your product understandable, good design is environmental friendly. And of course, good design is a little design as possible. So identify that. Because whatever you good things will end up your building us. Sebab tu I suka recommend all the student yang tip nombor 7 ni, jangan malas nak buat model. So believe this. When you making models, you akan rasa memanglah ramai orang kata oh model si makan masa. Tapi as an architecture student, you by hook by crook, even you are in master level sekalipun, when you do models, you can passionate your design, and then you start to experimental. Sekarang ni dah ada smartphone, bila buat design you tangkap gambar every corner of your model, your space, imagination, your illumination of your idea and everything, and then hold your model, experimental your model dengan dia punya natural lighting, macam mana dia punya angle dia macam mana. I mean, models is like talking, communicate to you when you start to model, and then you start to experimental, one spaces to one spaces, one form to another form, what materials to another spaces. So that's why I recommend all the students begin with your design, starting by making models. Model yang pertama you boleh buat conceptual model. Hari pertama tutorial, yang first tutorial tu you datang buat conceptual model you set your mind, you become artist. Bila buat conceptual model, you cerita apa you punya naluri bercakap. Because design by arts from the feelings, daripada soul you sendiri. You cerita dengan lecturer you, okay, concept I, this is my conceptual model. It's about art abstraction from your idea. Abstraction. Kan? Bila tunjuk abstraction model, I think masa kita year 1 dulu, semester 1 kita dah banyak pun. Tapi bila sampai nak end of semester 08, you dah lupa, tak nak buat all this conceptual model. Bila ada conceptual model, you buat model on the 2D, on the planning itself as an abstraction, so that you can feel your concept. Lepas tu lepas buat conceptual model, buat study model pula. Kan? Bila buat study model, every tutorial ada satu model, series of model. Bila dah ada buat series of model, you kena buat mock-up model. By segment, satu space dalam segment. You know, bila buat model tu you can testing, you can experimental about lighting adik-adik. And then daripada situ you ada sectional models. Can feel the space by section model. Bila buat section drawing, kalau kena buat all these sectional models ni, so that you can feel you punya proportion of the space macam mana. Just as experimental, because the progress when you do model ni, I tell you, dia tak ada sampai last minute baru nak fikir bumbung you macam mana. Tak ada nak fikir macam mana fasad aku. Sebab the progress you dah nampak dah bila you buat making model. Sebab tu I pula recommend. Sebab I pernah masa student I buat this detail model, macam mana I punya detailing model. Dan roof model I macam mana. I nak nampakkan roof I experimental. I told my lecturer that okay, I structure I macam ni sekian-sekian. I ada dia punya ni. Then kita belajar dari situ. Then kalau salah pun tak apa, because kita kan nak experimental. Ya, kita nak kata apa, exploration on your design approach. So that's why I say models ni, it should be like your hobby now. It should be your new things, your new hobbies yang dalam diri you. So daripada situ bila ada model tu, bagi I dulu bila ada model, I can vision dah I punya elevation macam mana. Then I akan boleh start dah sketch I punya design elevation section macam mana. Lepas tu model tu adik-adik, janganlah you punya base tu, ya Allah, ni ada model letak base kertas A3, tak boleh. You base tu kena strong. And ni kalau boleh base you try to relate dengan typology site you sendiri. Nampak tak? Baru you can feel you punya responsive design tu tadi. So macam I suka experimental on models. Then kalau boleh models illuminate with lighting, so that you can feel the approach of the spaces, indoor and outdoor, even the form. Even I love to do site model dulu. Then I can identify design I with the site ni macam mana. Then I can, you can explore and then ambil gambar, take a picture from your phone, from your camera, and then you experimental the space from your model, and then you can visualize your design ni macam mana. Sketch dulu. Bila dah sketch, you implement it into the site, you buat section, you identify a very conceptual section, and then you identify which zoning should be identified, public to private, and then do modeling. Besok-besok dah pandai buat Lumion, pandai buat SketchUp, experimental dari segi macam mana nak buat modeling into software. Lepas tu you experimental pula dia punya matahari pagi, petang macam mana. And then models it was like talking to you in progress. Bila dah ada talking to you in progress, you buat model you, then you can visualize you ni. Tapi bila ada model dan software ni, I share you can experimental to do collage. Bila buat collage ni, dia akan visualize your site dengan you model tu dah macam dah siap dah dekat site. This is the best approach I can share with you. Bila dapat macam ni, itu yang best tu bila ada buat models, you ambil gambar, then you can identify is it form follow function ke, function follow form, or even function and form is going to be united to be one. So bila you dengar I punya tips ni, dari segi conception model, you ada art abstraction model, you ada study model, you ada mock-up model, segment by segment, you ada series of progress model daripada tutorial number 1, tutorial number 2, create session number, you nampak, bayangkan bila you present, contohnya gambar ni, compare this presentation dengan this presentation, you tengok, dia nampak convincing dah. Walaupun hiccup dari segi macam mana pun, the convincing part about your series or model tu nampak, the panel or even your lecturer will nampak kata, yes, you boleh cerita, dear sir, professor, okay, model yang pertama ni, I identify my concept model and then I identify the problem here, that's why I progress from the second model, second week. From the second week, I identify the problem, then I solve problem to the third week model. And then you cerita progress tu, then dalam masa sama you boleh cerita you punya presentation on your board. Nampak tak? Tips yang ke-8, presentation methodology. Okay, kalau boleh adik-adik ambil tips ni. Kalau nak buat presentation, konsep yang saya nak share is 3I. What it means by 3I? It's about informative presentation, it's about illustration, it's about impressive. I repeat, informative, illustration, and impressive. So dia kena ada 3 elemen dekat sini. Boleh tunjuklah contoh-contoh macam mana student yang sebelum-sebelum ni buat. Bila nak buat presentation, you kena pandai susun, and then you kena pandai you punya color background dia, you kat mana you nak letak you punya elevation, kat mana nak letak you punya section, kat mana you letak you punya floor plans. Don't forget kat mana you letak you punya progress of your concepts. Dan kalau you perasan, nampak tak I share all the screen presentation board ni, semua ada killer perspektif. Bukan killing perspektif. You kena identify apa killer perspektif and killing perspektif. Killer perspektif is like you focusing, people akan nampak, oh ini you may design, fokus. Dia ada dia punya killer perspektif ni, killer drawing series tu. Bila sebut killing drawing tu, you jangan tunjuk yang oh dia memakan diri balik. Bila nak buat presentation board ni, for me, if you have a weakness, contohnya you tak pandai, you punya sketch memang buruk lah, ataupun you nak colour pun memang tak cantik, so jangan portray that weakness. Find your other expertise yang you boleh buat. Try your best, do your best, tunjuk. Kadang-kadang you boleh camouflage all this, tunjuk a killing perspective, because the information is being portrayed without you need to stand there to present. The board itself can speak by itself. Dengan adanya illustration you, then of course the impressiveness. Now this is simple presentation yang I nampak, very informative, illustrated and impressive. Itu je, you pegang yang tu je. Dan kalau boleh you explore your presentation board, you kena tahu dah macam mana susunan you. It will look more professional, more reasonable, more mature that you want to portray your presentation. Because for me, even though you have a beautiful progress of your design, walaupun you punya design cantik macam tu, tapi kalau kat presentation board you hancur, susah adik. Ni kena ada impressiveness. So kalau I akan determine kat mana I nak present, how many boards I want to do it, then I can identify. You see, all the sample yang I tunjuk ni semua ada dia punya elements of 3I. Informative, illustration, and also impressive. Another thing I want to share with you, this one of my project I share with my team, working with my team. Dia bila dia tunjuk satu elemen, contoh, this is another USP element that you want to protect your design, ada Green Building Index design criteria. The best approach is you have your images, you have your own sketch, you have very precise content yang you boleh explain into this. This another sample. This what we call, you ada punya kata apa, infographic you yang cerita you tadi. So every presentation board you can ada storyline. Bila ada storyline, you ada storyboard, then you know what to present. Contohnya bila ada buat presentation, you know what is your concept, what you have to explain your design brief. Ini macam script you lah. You have to identify you as an end user macam mana you pakai you punya concept. So for me, storyline pun penting untuk you buat presentation board. Sebab nanti you tak tahu apa you nak present. So you do all the storyboard, storyline you improper, then your lecturer, even your panel, or even your client, even your bosses would understand why you come up with this concept. So senang, bila you present, you ada storyline you boleh cerita. Ambil kau, section kau bapak punya besar. Bagi lecturer you nampak apa yang you buat. So that's why I said, you have to identify your presentation dalam bentuk more informative, is illustrated clearly, and of course you need to be impressive. So the best part is when you telling your storyline ni, you boleh cerita you punya progress to your panel. Cerita one by one. From here I learned from here, from this segment I got the problem, how to solve, and then how to make a solution for the next progress and next progress. Tips yang ke-9, manifesto you. Of course, everybody here want to win. You have to be winning part. Because winning part not just to be alone, to be winner. For me, I always believe as a team. Maksudnya, kalau satu studio tu kawan-kawan you, make sure everybody succeed. So that's why you have to identify manifesto if each of the project, apa dia you punya learning outcome. So you akan ada reflection you. Very colourful feedback from you. Tell to your lecturer, tell to your, even to you go back kampung, bagi tahu dekat parents you, dia kata, cik buat projek ni sebab cik rasa nampak ini adalah learning outcome. Kenapa I buat projek ni, kenapa I buat projek ni, why I dapat ni. That's why you kena tengok belum taxonomy yang daripada lecturer you, apa yang you kena identify you punya learning objective. Dari segi creativity, how to evaluate it, how to analyze it, how to apply it, how to understand, and last but not least, you have to remember, sooner or later you're gonna create your own signature, adik-adik. So bila ada own signature, what is your story? Bila dah buat every project, each project, apa storyline you? You want to tell your story, janganlah biar sampai macam tu ya habis and then become history. You want to tell your story so that your story can be heard. So what I'm trying to say, set your mind. Every series of your studio works tu, project tu semua, you kena ada susunan storyline you. You kena buat cantik-cantik, very informative, very illustrated, very impressive. Then buat portfolio. You punya own portfolio. That's why I recommend you, janganlah buat portfolio tu ujung-ujung zaman, ujung-ujung semester. For me, every progress tu you dah compile, you dah kena set your mind that the end of my project ni, I nak kena bukukan benda ni. So that akan jadikan portfolio. Ia akan jadi macam satu series episode yang I dah buat project ni. I want to tell people that this is my storyline of the project. So for me, I recommend you to do a portfolio dalam bentuk booklet macam ni, so that you can have all the series story to tell to people. The last tips today is about the goal and your objective. So for me, this is the series of the goal that you nampak daripada mula sampai akhir, the chronology of your process. To tell you the truth, design ni, project design dalam studio you buat ni, dia bukan macam subjek tau adik-adik. Subjek ni you jangan ponteng kelas, you pergi kelas, make sure you attend the class, you dengar, you simpan you punya notes, and that's it. You boleh, tak ada student yang declare kata, oh bulan depan exam nak baca lah. Tak ada. There's no such thing. Tak, but for me, design ni, dia 24/7 adik-adik. Dia bukan macam hari ni, hari Khamis, you jumpa you punya lecture, dapat tutorial, lepas tu you balik bilik, tutup design you, dia buat kerja lain you, kan? Hari studio yang seterusnya baru malam tu berbuka balik baru start design. No. Chronology of your design you have to be 24/7 from one step to another step sampai you achieve your goal. Because success ni I tell you, dia bukan timbul macam tu tau. To succeed in the project is have to be based on the aim. You have your objective. Apa your objective one by one. Kalau you dapat project ni, you kena ada aim you. Okay, I nak set aim I nak buat project ni bentuk dia macam ni, kata I nak buat berapa board, I nak buat design pakai model macam ni. So you kena ada aim. Lepas tu you kena apa, you punya satisfaction value you pada all this ni. Because this is your dream. Your dream doesn't have an expiring date. Tapi deadline untuk project ada expiring date. So take a deep breath and then keep trying. Because bagi I, when you face failure, for example, you keep trying. When you fail, try lagi. Tapi kalau you stop trying, yang tu yang big failure. This my belief lah. Sebab failure is not the opposite of success, adik-adik. It's a part of success. Satu lagi, the goal yang I nak share dengan you all is about, make sure kita belajar, kita kerja, helping others, Sebab architecture ni is about helping people. So you kena bekerja dalam bentuk berkumpulan, berumah. Kalau nampak kawan you dah down, sama-sama kita naikkan semangat dia, ataupun sama-sama kita belajar so that everybody will be happy. Because happiness is self-satisfaction which come by helping others in any form of way. So I believe that's architecture punya. Because for me, all this determination is about satisfaction, adik-adik. Self-satisfaction. By the end goals, every time I went to create session, I tanya student, do you satisfied your design or not? Kalau you tak satisfied, you don't achieve your goal. So same goes to me, every project, I will make sure that this is the magical feelings that every architect need for, the satisfaction. Anyway, this is your choice. Either you want to be a good designer, or even you want to be the best designer, or even you want to be an happy and healthy designer. It's your choice. Because the attitude and your choice is about your life. You are the future architects. Believe that. Kita ni semua dream makers. Kan? We all dream makers. Tapi kita bukan dream breaker tau. Bila dah dream makers, make sure you are dream chaser as well, adik-adik. So once you dream chaser, this another advice. Jangan harapkan the remuneration tu datang macam cepat. So for me, share with you this my own sentiment. I never chase the money, but I always chase the dream because the remuneration will come automatically. So never give up on your dreams. When you have your dreams, you have to believe your dreams come true and make sure you achieve it. Very simple rules to make your life happier. One, you love Allah. Second, you do good to yourself, do good to your people. Number three, you always be forgive and forgiveness. Number four, don't harm no other. Jangan ada sifat dengki, jangan ada sifat bongkar, no harm. And number five, be positive yourself. Because remember, success is a ladder you cannot climb without your hands in the pocket. You kena move. So the last yang I tunjuk kat sini, portrait yang nampak ni, you have to remember, our journey from 1 to time, you kena ada satu episode. So what I'm trying to say to you, your journey to your success, always believe in this life, there's no such security. It's only an opportunity. So when you achieve success, start to think, start to believe, design your life the way you want it to be. Because you are the creator of your own destiny, adik-adik. Believe this, success is a journey and it's not destination. So with that, I always encourage all of you, you are the architects of tomorrow, all these UiTM students. Let's inspire by the past and build for the future. So dengan nama Allah, may Allah bless you all. So dengan ini, I end up my talk. Took about 1 hour half, and I will leave it to Puan Nikki here. Thank you so much. Okay, Puan Niki, how are you there? Boleh dengar suara?
Boleh, ya. Assalamualaikum. Boleh dengar ke?
Waalaikumsalam. Boleh, alhamdulillah dapat dengar suara you. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Adrianta, for the very comprehensive sharing. Honestly, I myself learned a lot from the process of architecture, and I think the one that you have covered is very comprehensive. In fact, you actually shared all these things, all these problems, issues that not only students but as lecturers, us in the campus are having. So I think it's a good thing to hear from you on the practitioner side, as well as you as an educator. Now, I think I would like to on to the next stage, which is focus on the Q&A before we can actually maybe end the session. Let me read through. Okay. If you don't mind, I'll go through, have 6 questions for now.
Yes,
but I'll go through in terms of sequence, yeah? So the first one I think would be, I'm focusing on Anis Farahin. Okay, Anis Farahin is a part 1 second semester student. Okay, Anis is wondering whether how do we actually develop concept. So I think this is something that we have discussed, and I think a lot of these questions arise even in the studio itself. So banyak soalan ni lah. How do you develop concept? Even no matter every semester we tell them, hey, this is how we do it, this is how you can explore your concept. But I think students are still having that Adrianta. So if you don't mind sharing a little bit, how we can get to deal with the concept, especially on expanding the ideas. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Puan Niki. Okay, this is a very good question from Anis Farahin. Okay, macam this is my thoughts about how you derive your concept, how you develop your concept. Always macam saya cakap, the spiritual quotient yang dalam jiwa kita. Kita ni arkitek, kita tak nafikan kita ni sebagai artis. Okay, konsep ni an idea that you as an artist you should have your incubation period time, that you dapat idea tu based on apa yang you rasa, apa yang you feel, based on your observation. Tapi bila you have trouble dealing with expanding your ideas, so number 1 is about you have to be cool, always be cool. Kan? Bila nak dapat idea tu, for me I always believe that idea ni dia tak boleh datang macam you dapat idea lepas tu you tukar konsep you from time to time. That's why I said you have to stick with your concept. Don't change on the midway. So bila you rasa trouble dealing tu yang cakap tadi, the supporting concept tu akan datang dalam bentuk you punya research, all my tips tadi kan, narration you of your design, fundamental design. You stick to the one. You have to believe your concept. You have to believe your design. Contohnya design tu kalau dah kadang-kadang unrealized that you went to the site, you dah nampak dah, you tahu dah, aku kalau buat macam ni kan best. Tu dah sebenarnya you main spark idea tau. Sebenarnya. So design ni kadang-kadang tak boleh datang macam force yourself. So my answer to you, how to develop your concept is about your sincerity from your heart. If you sincere to yourself dengan support of your observation, dengan research, narration you semua yang support you make concept, and then you have to believe your concept and stick to the one, and then you have to move on into another. Kalau tidak, konsep you asyik bertukar. Tapi untuk Anis, kadang-kadang arkitek ni to declare to you tau. Pada asal dan Puan Niki, asal konsep dia macam tu. Tiba-tiba along the progress sampai the end of product tu, konsep dia lain. Konsep dia akan datang macam, sebenarnya aku punya idea macam ni. So dia tak realize that rupanya, konsep dia macam ni rupanya. Tapi the beginning inception idea, pada mula nampak macam ni, tapi ending dia ni. Tu kadang-kadang arkitek kadang-kadang bila dah siap baru nampak, idea konsep asal dia macam ni, tapi rupanya keluar bentuk macam ni. You know what I mean? So benda ni dia dalam jiwa kita, Puan Niki. So kalau boleh Anis dapat percayalah apa yang cakap, sebab kita ni artis sebenarnya, jangan lupa. Ya.
Okay. Yes, I think I nak expand a little bit from what Adrianta has mentioned. Yes, I agree. The issue is that sticking to one concept. Okay. Benda ni I rasa in studio is I'm not saying all students, tapi I rasa banyak kali cases yang mana you tend to students tend to change your concept. When you listen to your friend's concept, you rasa macam alamak, ambil concept tak best. Okay, then you tend to change to another one. And then the next tutorial, you come to another one. I always complain this to my group of students. See, you stop changing your concept. Stick to one and you develop from there. So how you develop, I think Adrianta has mentioned that you have to do your research, you have to read, you have to talk to people, you have to discuss with your tutors. The problem is if you don't discuss with the tutors, you buat sendiri, you stress sendiri. At the end of the day, you freak out, you say, okay, that's it, I found a new one. Then you change another one. So that thing is very time consuming. So I think that's a very good point Adrianta has mentioned. I think we have to move on to the next one. The next one is by in terms of drawings, okay? So talking about concept, then in terms of drawings, by Farisa Amir. Farisa Amir mentioned most students memang having difficulties in sectional drawings. Yep. Yes, I agree very much. Okay, as yourself also, Farisa. And she asked how to improve on section drawings. Ada reference tak? Dia tanya, how do we improve on section drawings? Okay, I would love to hear from Adrianta first.
Okay, just now, okay, that's good question from Farisa Amir. Just now I showed that the slide to show all the reference about the detailing and so on. Okay, bila buat section drawing ni macam ni. Okay, sorry lah, I may respond a bit weird. Tapi kita ni artis, kita ni arkitek, kita ni pun saintis. You jangan pelik tau bila Cik An cakap kata, apa sah Cik An kata kita ni artis, kita ni arkitek, lepas tu kita ni saintis. Sebab that's a fundamental about architecture, arts and science. So, bila katakan you nak buat section, difficult nak buat section, dia sebenarnya macam katakan ni bulan puasa lah kan, katakan macam biasa kita makan apple, kita makan burger, bila kita gigit one bite and then you can see the section of your food. Contohnya burger kan, you makan burger kan, you one bite, you nampak section. Bila nampak section burger tu, you nampak the layers. Oh, ini dia punya roti, ini dia punya cheese dia punya daging dia, sayur dia kat mana. So, benda tu sebenarnya is by you visualize. So, what I can advise to Farisa and kawan-kawan yang lain, bila nak buat section, jangan depankan diri you dengan all the detailing kat depan mata you. Tak payah. You depankan vision you dengan you punya idea, dengan you punya vision tu dulu. What I'm trying to say, katakan you buat satu project, you cut the section, you nampak the layers of your spaces dulu. You know, one of the slide tadi I tunjuk, the layers of your section tu, you nampak all the spaces, all the private zone, all the public zone. You nampak tu dulu, section tu dulu. Then you can improve your section by buka balik buku detailing yang cakap tadi and you insert all your detailing. Detailing pun tak payah truly detail sangat. For me, architecture for design, a basic detailing pun dah good enough to tell your lecturer, to tell your panelists that how to derive to do the roof, how to make this material from glass to the concrete wall. Fundamental, that's good enough. But to do your section drawings in design, macam I cakap tadi, you nampak macam your vision tu dulu. Sebab I tahu masalah sekarang Puan Niki, student nak buat section, dia apa yang paling takut is about construction punya detailing. So jangan takutkan construction detailing tu dulu. Construction detailing datang kemudian. Sebenarnya yang patut you nampak vision you is about your vision or your design tu dulu. Then bila nampak vision design, baru you selitkan all this construction detailing dulu. Maksud I, step by step kalau nak tengok buat section drawings. That's my recommendation. Puan Niki.
Alright, thank you. I think I would like to extend that question with the question by by Nur Shamimi Aisyah. Okay, I think Shamimi asked the same question about technicalities, about construction drawings, but I would like to expand from her question. How do you master technicality besides reading construction books? So selain kita baca construction book, I think I hear this quite often. in which we always tell students that, hey, you go and open up your building construction, illustration book and all that, and refer to books and everything. But I understand students come back and say, Madam, I dah tengok, but I don't understand. I can see it, but I don't know how it works. So what is your opinion about that? So how do you go about just without books? How do you go about?
My answer to Nur Shamimi, my answer is how to, master. I don't say master lah. It's about maturity lah, okay? Because I need to declare nobody's perfect here. Tapi how to make mature design on your understanding on technicalities, the answer is, beside referring to the books, is observation. Kena rajin pergi keluar, tengok any building yang you singgah, bila nampak, this is a very nice facade, this is very good detailing. Pergi tengok dekat, kalau boleh pergi pegang, pergi ambil gambar, kalau boleh duduk kat depan detailing tu, ambil buku sketch, you lukis. Bila you lukis tu, you akan berbicara dengan diri you sendiri yang you sketch. Contoh you nampak curtain wall ni ada dia punya detailing dia. And then you duduk tu, macam mana dia stand out, dia punya curtain wall ni, glass ni macam ni dengan ada structure detailing ni. You duduk depan tu, you observe, macam I cakap tadi, the way you see, the way you look are different things. Dia tu you pegang buku sketch you atau you lukis, you tengok macam mana dia, then you will learn more about interaction from your observation. Beside you took any books, itu teori. Teori memang fundamental, tapi I want to share with you, Nur Shamimi, go to any place that you need to observe. Sebab tu architecture, to be an architect, yang best part I can declare to all of you, kita ni suka merantau, kita suka berjalan-jalan, pergi banyak tempat, pergi melancong, bukan melancong suka-suka, tapi kita nak observation. I share with you my senior, my good friend, architect Embong, baru ni pergi Cairo, dia pergi piramid. So I tanya dia, best tak? Macam mana Cik Embong? Dia cerita. Because kita nak observation contohnya. So for me, tak payah kalau tak dapat mampu pergi jauh-jauh, dapat pergi dekat-dekat ni pun tak apa. You bawa buku sketch, pergi observe, kalau boleh pergi pegang, kalau boleh sampai you berbau lah, pergi cium lah. Tu yang cakap. That's my advice to you, Puan Niki.
Okay, setuju. Yeah, I think observation is something that as architects we always do that. We enjoy looking at things, we smell things, we smell space. Yes. I always tell students, we smell space, space. Because everything is about senses in architecture. Now, standing from that is a question by, I think by, let me see, go through. Okay, I'll go back. Okay, also, Shamimi also asked, that's the second question. Shamimi also asked about, I think more specifically on time management, Shamimi. You asked about during design stage, I consume so much time on figuring out your space planning. Okay, so I think this is not only you. I think a lot of students are struggling with that, especially when you don't have a cut-off point by your tutors. Tutors kata, okay, buat je, ikut je, your site plan tu sampai. Site plan will never finish. Okay. But then how do you stop? When do you stop? Maybe we can have Adrianta to elaborate on that.
Okay, thank you Puan Niki. Okay, Nur Shamimi dengar kita ni manusia biasa. Tapi manusia biasa macam kita ni dinamakan arkitek. Jadi for your question just now, my answer is kita kena kawal nafsu kita. Kita puasa sekarang, kita kawal nafsu kan. So super macam buat design. Design ni ada satu stage, ada satu masa kita tak sedar ataupun kita sedar yang kita tak dapat kawal nafsu kita. So what I'm trying to say, bila you buat konsep, you fikir konsep you nak dapat konsep you sampai, you ambil sampai 5-6 minggu. Ini biasa, Puan Niki 5-6 minggu konsep. Lepas tu from konsep dia nak intersection dengan you punya floor planning, sampai duduk tak duduk. Floor plan tu you conclude floor plan sampai minggu ke-10 ke ke-11. So dia ada lagi 2-3 minggu nak baru fikir pasal section, baru fikir pasal elevation, baru fikir pasal roof design macam kita discuss malam Puan Niki. So that's why I say, my mentor, I was so lucky to have a mentor who always advised me dalam hidup kita kalau tak boleh dapat perfect 100%, dia kalau dapat dia punya acceptance of up to 70% pun dah good enough to move on to another stage. What I'm trying to say, dalam progress you design, Kalau katakan design, you dah tahulah, dia tak boleh makan masa sebab macam tadi I advise. Work program tu penting, make your planning tools to say you kena certain deadline tu by hook by crook you kena progress to the next stage. Bila macam buat design dah tu masuk dah 2D floor planning, section semua, by satu masa dah cukup, you dapat rasa dah up to 60%, 70% dah. Then you have to move, make it dia punya messing, do models and itu. So that's why I said kawal nafsu kita. Itu jawapan I.
Okay, setuju, betul. I think it's you. It's you that you have to make the point, you have to stop. It will never, the site planning, the building plans will never stop. Okay, even you dah submit pun, there's always something to improve on. So you just have to have your own cut-off point, besides just relying on what your tutor's deadline. I think you sendiri kena muhasabah diri, kena control. Nampak kata Adrianta, kawal nafsu tu.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm moving on to the next questions. I'm going to merge these questions by Fitri Zakaria, as well as I think Shirley Brenda also asked the same question. Okay, so basically I think about procrastination. Okay, about how do we actually motivate ourselves to work, especially in environment when maybe it's not too supportive. Maybe especially now during PKP, you know, when you're at home and your siblings at home, your parents suruh pergi beli ni, beli tu, and then how do we actually focus? Okay, personally, how do we focus? And how do we motivate ourselves to keep on working? Adrianta.
Okay, my response to Shirley Brenda, the answer is you have to gain inspiration. Get the inspiration of yourself. When you get the inspiration, you are the aspiration. You are the aspiration and you move on. That's why I said my lecture just now. Number one is about your sincerity from your heart first. Kan? Bila ada sincerity, you ikhlas diri you, then you should have your love. Macam I cakap tadi, kiss, kan? Keep it simple. I know. I mean, you gain your love. This is what Steve Jobs said. If you want to do a great works, you have to, you know, enjoy your work. So for me, to answer your concern just now, Shirley, when you have this situation on that, you're frustrating, so get away, cepat-cepat, you get away, you setting your mind with a positive mindset, you get the inspiration to move on, you talk to people, you inspire yourself, you watch movie, you listen to the music, you have to setting your mind cepat-cepat so that you have your goal there. So sebab kalau you layan benda yang negatif, kalau you layan on frustrating atmosphere, macam I tunjuk at the beginning of the slide that we have a growth mindset and the fixed mindset, you have to know how to make yourself to move forward by gain the positive energy and set positive mindset. So my recommendation to you, you go and find your inspiration. Inspiration ni macam-macam, daripada, you know, you just Google from your reference, or maybe you have listen to the music. Macam I suka, I buat lagu, I dengar lagu, I watching movies. Kadang-kadang movies tu kadang dia boleh persuadekan I punya inspiration I. So macam-macam lah dengan parents kita, dengan kita punya spouse, siapa-siapa. So you have to figure out your inspiration. So my recommendation, you should have a mentor. Mentor ni pun penting juga. So macam I explain tadi, mentor mentee penting. Mentor ni macam siapa-siapa boleh jadi mentor. You choose which one is the best. That's my response to Shirley. Okay.
Okay. I think that answer, Adrianta have answered to Shirley's first question. I think as well as Fitri Zakaria. I hope we answered you well. I think as well as, sorry, I cannot scroll down the question, but I think Abdullah Azam also asked the same question. Okay, anyway, moving further, the next question is maybe again from Shirley. Shirley asked specifically on how do we understand or how do we master architectural languages. Now, this is a huge issue. Especially in 08, after 4 years of BSc learning, architecture learning, I tend to feel that this understanding of architecture languages, vocabularies is slightly lacking. Do not know what went wrong, but I think maybe we'd like to hear from you, Adrianta. how do we actually master? Besides reading, I think Francis the Kitchen book is the best and always the book that we refer on. I think I still refer on that. We have been teaching that in 01 up to 08. I think lupa. Sama ada kita lupa atau kita macam alamak nak kena buka buku balik. So how do we go about?
Dia macam cakap tadi lah. I mean, my response on I love to explain again and again that kita ni architects ni, kita ada 3 quotient kita. Kita ada intelligent quotient, kita ada emotional quotient kita ada spiritual quotient dia. So the IQ part, the EQ part and SQ part. Because believe it or not that the progress from time to time yang kita ni, contohnya I specifically macam student yang 01, they are fresh. Dia baru belajar benda yang baru, fundamental design tau Niki. So bila slowly lepas dia pergi practical training, dia dah observe kat dunia luar, and then dia patah balik part 7, dia masuk 08, dia dah actually benda tu dah ada dalam jiwa dia tau. Cuma dia lupa. Dia tak keep reminding her or himself that the fundamental design is there. Actually design approach yang you nampak everywhere is your reference and is there already. It doesn't mean to be master tau. Bukan kita dekat zaman Byzantine ke zaman Renaissance ke, dulu memang nampak design tu you macam superstar lah kalau zaman Renaissance dulu. Tapi now, today our technology revolution here, anything is come here, what you see is benda tu dah jadi masterpiece dah. Sekarang ni is up to us, macam I cakap the last slide, is your choice to master which one. But again, if you want to master or what, you have to create your own character, you have to make sure your own signature. Contoh sekarang ni Diki, yang I nampak, contoh ni bagi I punya observation every UiTM yang I pergi kan. Oh, student ni bila keluar design, dia manifest dia punya design, dia nak jadi macam Zahadid, dia nak parametric architecture contohnya kan. Tapi fundamental tu dia tak pegang lagi. So what's the point? So for me, my answer to Shirley sekali, always go back to the fundamental as your basic. Always go back to the fundamental. From fundamental, you're giving a spark for you to move another zone that you want to go ahead and ahead. Fundamental is always a reference. For me, my piece of advice to Shirley again, always moving 2 steps forwards and 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. What I'm trying to say, kalau you nak pergi ke depan, pergi depan sikit, you tengok you nak master a lot about this design approach, tapi go back to the fundamental. Apa yang kemampuan fundamental you dapat? What type of learners you are? Apa kemampuan? Apakah dia punya expertise you? You pun ada weakness, you ada expertise you. So for me, that's the methodology that's supposed to be to define your need. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having issue with scrolling down the question, Adrianta.
It's okay.
Okay, maybe focusing on moving on to the next question by Kama Maja. Kama Maja asks about how, if you have any tips on to design effectively on contour site. Besides, I think Adrianta has mentioned that exploring with models when you, especially when you have a site, a very hilly area and all that, is beautiful to have models. So my suggestion would be models, but we'd love to hear from Adrianta.
Yes, I agree with you because even though contour site tu is a challenge site kan, tapi I suka yang the challenger site. So because the beautiful of the challenger site is about the progress. So my first approach when you have a contour site, you pergi site, you observe site, and then sekarang ni ada teknologi on Google Earth tu semua, and then get the survey drawings, you baca you punya topography dia, and the best part is you do models. You do models. Bila buat model, then you can determine which cutting site yang you kena buat you punya design. Sebab bila ada contour site ni, you ada sentiment of sustainability architecture, which I'm not sharing here. Maybe kalau insyaAllah dapat pergi ke any UiTM bagi design talk, I can share with you that one of the design yang I buat dengan my team, that kita buat contour site, that you respond to the site contour, you respond to the approach of the sustainability architecture, that lesser cutting slope, lesser cutting trees, you adopt your design together with your site. So bagi the progress about to do this contour site dengan cara ada dia punya analysis dia ada cara dia punya progress, experimental and so on. That's my response to your question just now. Yeah.
Okay. Then moving on to the next questions, I think I'm going to merge a few questions by Nurzatushima, and then I think another one. Okay, Nurzatushima asks about how do we derive design from inspiration? Inspiration without assumption of mimicking existing design. So pendek kata, how do we not copy? How do we be unique without having our idea presented and people say like, hey, I've seen this somewhere. I've seen this. It's similar to someone else. So how do we avoid this, or whether we can avoid, Adrianta?
Okay, one of the I understand dia punya your question just now, Nurzatushima. Sebenarnya we not copy, we not mimicking the design tau. Kita adapt dia punya inspiration. So one of the quotes you have to find your heroes. Whatever you design progress, you kena ada hero you sendiri. So contoh macam I dulu, I suka friend right punya approach. Sampai lecturer cakap sikit-sikit kau friend right, sikit-sikit kau friend right. Sebab I suka dia punya kerja dia. Tapi I bukanlah kita nak copycat, tapi kita inspired by his design. So I tell to myself that, oh, Mr. Wright is my hero. So I will go for his approach because dia punya design dia nature man lah, apa sikit-sikit nature. So sampai hari ni I may design, I love to relate with nature. So I'm not copying dia punya ni tau. It's not copying or mimicking the existing design, but we inspired it. So my advice to Nurzatushima, we are not copy, we inspired. That's one of our duty as an architect. When you done something, you should inspire people. So that's the signature that you want to end up your storyline just now yang macam I slide tadi. So my answer is keep going on. You bukan mimicking, you adapt and you be inspired. You not copycat. Copycat is like that's another copyrights act punya cerita lah. You ambil design orang, PAM sebiji, itu copycat lah, kan? Tapi you bukan copycat, you inspire. So that's the response to your concern just now.
Okay, then Muhammad Adam Ikhwan. Okay, Adam Ikhwan is mentioning about maybe what Adam is saying is that maybe in terms of architectural design or process, especially in the studio, sometimes we focus too much on construction.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe too much on construction until to an extent that we have forgotten, or maybe we were not even allowed to challenge the existing the evolution of architecture. Yeah. So how can we do with this? I think in terms of coming from students, maybe you have a restriction from lecturers. Mungkin bila nak explore lebih-lebih sikit je, lecturer kata dah, ni jangan nak terbang sangat everything. So maybe what's your advice, Adrianta? How can we try to break the idea? How do we try to be different and also be acceptable by others, especially in the studio, by the lecturers?
Okay, Ahmad Firdaus, very good question. Dia macam ni, hidup kita in this life as an architecture student is about expedition. Because later on, sooner or later, when you start to work, you start with any architect firm, or even you become an architect in future, the same progress, the same situation, the same storyline. Because I tell you about what happening to as all architect, yang kita jumpa klien, kita pun ada dia punya restriction, because restriction ni lagi reality. Restriction dia more about time and cost. Oh, ini mahal lah, architect rental you design ni. You tak boleh buat macam ni. Ada dia punya budget macam ni. So patah balik, you kena buat balik, you kena explore balik, pergi balik present. Lepas tu dah okay, pergi kat local authorities cakap, oh tak boleh, bylaw cakap tak boleh lepas ni, setback macam ni, patah balik and so on. So for me, limitation is encourage creativity. So coming back to you punya concern just now, don't worry too much about whatever your lecturer says, stop to do this or that. This is about your process to listen and adopt and accept. Because sometimes Bukan pasal kita punya design tak diterima atau you cannot explore. You can explore. Tapi sometimes kita punya perimeter. Because mungkin lecturer, ini I percayalah, lecturer nampak, oh you ada ni tapi you can't afford to go there yet. Maksud I. So you do whatever you have to do because learning outcome dia macam ni, learning objective macam ni. So macam I cakap ni, always be forgive to yourself. Jangan ikut nafsu kata, wah aku nak buat lebih pada tu. Tapi sebenarnya this is about your sentiment as a student. You kena challenge the expedition. Boleh jadi daring. Macam previously I pergi many university, I tengok student dia daring. Boleh can be accept, but you dare enough, you have to be stand. You confident that you have to be there. So yang tu yang tadi one of the slide I cakap tadi Nikki, arrogance is not confident. So sometimes kita punya ego tu, nafsu ego tu yang I susah nak explain dekat you ni. So what I'm trying to say, always be humble to your design. Kalau you lecture, you kena taat apa yang you lecture punya approach. You kena akur sebab I tak nak you akan jadi egoistic designer. Sebab nanti dalam dunia reality, bila you ada sentiment of egoistic designer, I don't think your boss ke, your team ke can accept you punya idea ataupun your client pun accept your idea or even any stakeholder, any people to accept your idea. You shock sendiri nanti. So sometimes somehow kita kena ada limitation. But limitation tu bukan untuk membelakangkan you punya design process, tapi limitation is about encourage creativity. You have to set this.
Okay, I think Adrianta actually has answered to Syarul Iqmal. Okay, yeah. Syarul tanya, how do we not to be shocked sendiri in our design?
Betul.
So Adrianta dah mention, Syarul, so we have to have a limit. Whatever we do, of course, it's fine to explore. It's fine to be unique, to be different. You challenge the idea of what the rest are doing. It's fine, but also think about when you're in the studio. So there's certain limitation. For example, maybe we're specific on the syllabus. So we appreciate the exploration very much from students. Suka sangat tengok bila student dia lain sikit pemikiran dia, cara dia present tu lain. We appreciate all that, but I think there's a limitation. So because tak nak overdo it. So tak nak overdo it nanti sibuk duk buat killer perspektif, sibuk dengan my model yang we enjoy so much, tapi when we look into your set planning, doesn't work at all. So kita kena wasatiyah. Maksudnya bersederhana dalam apa yang kita buat. I think balance in life, in design as well. So I think that's about all the questions from all participants. Maybe one question from me, Adrianta, as a closing.
Can.
Okay, so maybe I think I would love to hear from your opinion. Being being someone in PAM and you've been with ARCASIA schools, okay, whether locals or international, I'm sure you have seen a lot of variations. So my question is, from your perspective as a practitioner in Malaysia and also as an employer, okay, how far or how convincing it is from for UiTM graduates specifically to be in this industry or to be acceptable in this industry? Or maybe you can give some tips. Okay, how do we go about as UiTM graduates? How do we bring ourselves to be sellable outside in the industry?
Okay,
that's my question.
Thank you for that question, Puan Nikki. So to respond your concern just now, to respond to your question, especially for UiTM, I make a simple answer for my feedback here. Two things to define yourself. Number one is about your passion when you have nothing. Second is about your attitude when you have everything. So what I'm trying to say is UiTM still got value, but the problematic that we face for this new generation is about the attitude itself. Even though that UiTM student ada dean list, ada you punya design portfolio power, memang cantik, design selalu dapat A+, and so on. Okay, you can become a very good employer, but if you don't have a right attitude into it, no point. So what I'm trying to recommend to UiTM, to all the students UiTM, you have to find what the best attitude to work as a team, to work as a yourself, as a designer, as a future architect, and then how to blend together with the building industry. I mean, how to blend together with society. So UiTM ada lacking dekat sini. I nampak dari segi technical design approach dah okay, cuma I nampak dia punya culture of working as a team tu kurang. Sebab I nampak culture di UiTM dah hilang dah. That seniority dengan junior punya culture, dengan to respect dengan lecturers. Can you imagine our generation, Puan Niki, kita Niki dulu. Kita sampai hari ni, I still keep in touch with my former lecturer. Dia orang dah pencen dah. Still keep in touch with them because we know how to respect them because we still remember their contribution to us. Because the point is, kita ni ada humbleness kita. Kita tak ada salut dengan ego kita. Tapi I nampak generation you all sekarang ni, dia, I don't know, I mean, you, because of technology, I suppose, senang dapat. Lepas tu, boleh kata manja juga sebab you baru kena cubit sikit dah tak boleh go through. You have to be strong to face the challenge, to become an architect, in future architect. There's a lot of things you have to face. So creativity, bukan saja creativity saja. My advice to you, Niki, is about the attitude as well. That's a reflection about ourselves, especially for UiTM student. ITM student ada value. Sebab but lately kita punya feedback from the building industry, UiTM student ada kekurangan dari segi sudut attitude. Yang ni I minta maaf nak cakap. I can tell you the truth for all the student here yang attendee, saya nampak dekat 200 lebih. I hope that you have to reflect yourself how to adjust this. Kalau tidak, you akan ketinggalan sebab ramai lagi graduate kat luar daripada other university yang kat luar sana yang I can tell you better than nothing, you know. So always remember this. Macam I cakap tadi, my last advice in this life, in the architecture reality world, it's not about your secure or not. It's about your opportunity. When you have the opportunity, you have to prioritize your opportunity. So opportunity yang datang dalam hidup kita ni, dia akan reflect diri kita. Kita ni betul ke a right attitude to pursue or not? Contoh Niki, ada satu candidate from UiTM minta kerja and then just graduate tak 6 bulan. 6 bulan graduate and then ask for the certain amount of salary sampai bos tanya, wow, besarnya salary you mohon ni, you minta ni. Kenapa? So the respon daripada candidate ni, dia minta gaji dia besar sebab dia kata, I'm Dean List Architect, Dean List Student Architecture UiTM. I punya design semua A+. So that's why I nak gaji I banyak ni. So bos tanya dia, oh really? Okay. So dia tanya fundamental question, what is the size of bricks? Tak boleh nak jawab. So what is the maximum distance from one fire hydrant to one fire hydrant? Oh tak pernah tahu. Tapi and yet you cakap kata you Dean List student, you A star architect. Tapi fundamental question macam ni you tak dapat jawab. So dekat sini attitude of egoistic dekat sini anda nampak. So it's about how to value yourself and then you can put it on the paper recommendation what kind of salary you wanted. So UiTM kita dulu tak macam tu. Kita seek for the job opportunity dulu and perform dulu. Kita prove to our boss that kita boleh buat ni, kita boleh ni. Then boss tanya, aku akan naik gaji kau. Oh, okay, aku akan accept gaji kau macam ni. So itu cara dia. Bukan macam you go and value yourself that, I'm a star architect, I'm a Dean List architect. Sekarang ni pelik lah. Senang student architecture UiTM dapat Dean List. Subjek senang dapat ni. Kita dulu punya suffer dah. Kita dapat 2.8 pun, 2.9, 3 pointer above pun dah cukup okay lah tu. Sekarang ni senang Niki, dia orang dapat Dean List senang. So that's why I said, reflect your attitude. That's my response to you, Niki. I hope UiTM student dengar lah. You kena tahu kita kat luar sana ada banyak challenges and then I tell you, it's a very tough out there. So you have to be strong.
Okay. Betul. I think Adrianta has voiced out coming from an alumni of UiTM. I think he has all the right to say out loud and to share what he think about the graduates of UiTM, especially now. Okay, so it's good to hear from you, Adrianta. I think at the same time, Adrianta has also answered to Nur Shafira. Shafira tanya pasal fresh graduate. So I think he has answered you very well. Okay, so I think because of time limitation, Adrianta, I think I would like to end this session. On behalf of UiTM, especially Center of Studies for Architecture, Puncak Alam, Sri Iskandar and Kota Samahan, we would like to thank you very much for having this session, for having this webinar, for this beautiful sharing from your side. I hope very much the student appreciate and dapatlah sesuatu balik dengan sesuatu. I myself dapat banyak from what you have shared. So especially on the process about how you bring yourself an architecture student, and even when you work, even what I dapat rasa like what you have actually shared. So it's beautiful. Thank you very much, Adrianta. Also, thank you just to let everyone knows that this session or webinar is actually being sponsored by ARN Consulting and Training. So thank you again, Adrianta and the team for having this session. InsyaAllah in future, jika diizinkan, if there's rezeki, we try to have another one. Maybe we can have even invite Adrianta to come over to Salam, Puncak Alam, to Sri Iskandar, Kota Samaran for more physical face-to-face sharing.
Right,
okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you very much, Adrianta.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Selamat berpuasa dan selamat Hari Raya. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.